The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
So Timbuktu, Ghana, Mali, Sumanguru, you know what you're shown. What where you what you're shown. So Timbuktu, Ghana, Mali, Sumanguru, you know what you're shown. Manchester, you know Sumanguru, you know what where you what you're shown. What's that to do, you know? Wamasa, you know? Yasantwa, you know what you're shown. Kaya Israel, Kaya Egypt, Kaya Ethiopia, Kaya Sudan, what you're shown. Akwaka, Bajimo, one year, Afo, Karacha, Akachuma, 1 year, and Yan Feng. Akwaka, Bajimo, 1 year, Afo, Karacha, Akachuma, 1 year, and Yan Feng. I'm a Ghanaian matu. 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 We not a catch more work. Wabanya. Kaya Zanya Mama. Kaya Zanya Mama. Kaya Zama. Kaya Danjino. Kaya Zanya Mama. You more Bobby. Kaya Zanya Mama.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Them say me no fit jump. Them say you no fit jump. Them say we no fit jump. Them say we no fit jump. Them say you no fit jump. Them say we no go fit jump. I'm a girl when you want to my boy na cha cha catch my walk banya. Kaya jenje zanya mama. Na be wa you know. Kaya jenje zanya mama. Badi kete ku you know. Kaya jenje zanya mama. Umre kwedu. Kaya jenje zanya mama. Umre kwedu. Kaya jenje zanya mama. Sumin de ura dapa. Kaya jenje zanya mama. Kaya jenje zanya mama. Kinya budu you know.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Because young Kasaya acting chairman or towards this year, and yet to a baby, I could lose you. Oba want that ever can say, executives in Nina fairly. It will not yet the Kobanian communion resigning. And as I see a buyer me who me can say, I deal with the top platform, a very, very powerful platform. So, anybody but to correspond here and I'm this looks fake. It me question here was our platform. And then another person came and said, General Secretary's office, I confirm to or no, say a yam pass a free General Secretary on the Troy. Then I went back and asked questions. Was the acting chairman aware officially? This is the right word I'm using here. Says I the way and the way I let the way I constructing we a they call in the form of dictatorship directive to the National Executive Committee say any Yura Frimpon watching Eddie. If it's a problem, crowd, yen direct is a Nipana Odi Quacomasa body, no, and fine, yen executives, no, new year, Juma direct, no, yen Obia Nimushi almost.
Executives will be a name letter.
As far as I'm concerned, that is what I know. And this is very serious. You see, sometimes I did Yana ya pekata sumwaso, and on a me of a Yana mama is different kakra. What you say? Because at the end of that one, a idea is very unfortunate. Said a choir you from Pom Watting, a faso casa, and me yard in a minu penny, no, your fan on your papa no. A den and a hand on necessary a pew to send your kind. Adentina DSC and a job be a best at 10 o'clock, according to Euro from Pom Watting and Casa, or Casano or say, or Casa, and a job at 10 and almost finish program, no, and no pa. Then I told letter say, Yenina Dimfree Party. Sabi you, if you are Miamina Penny, Minia Ketua, General Secretary Casano. Mitiebi, or say, a party no constitution, no, and I hear you, and then that means that you have touched the structure of the party. So why didn't you consult your national chairman, or yet the leader of our party, and for that matter, the acting chairman of our party? I didn't know no up to me about one thing, say, only money and only.
Money moves fast. Yours should too. Send money abroad with XE.
The news.
A quite bit of me, Yan and I, because young Casaya acting chairman or towards his year, near to a baby, I could lose you, or Babontini openly that time on no first vice. Ever can say, executives in Nina fairly. If you are not yet, the Cobanyan communion resigning. And as I dear see must a buyer me who me can say. I dear way dear, go back to a platform, a very, very powerful platform. I may also so Nippon.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
David, no, they've not.
It's, you know,
in their statement.
On my withdraw.
David, please.
The process to withdraw no admission says.
Please, David.
There's an error.
Already on statements now.
Me see. The process say withdraw no. It say on my phone.
Yeah, withdraw.
Exactly.
Withdraw. So those are two different
things. So almost initiative process to withdraw.
A man here afterthought. Ujituma enye. A statement and naka release here. Naka release statement trying to justify Saudi way. Our statement also will be 13th January 2026.
Right.
Heading here, NACA clarifies issues pertaining to a teaching manual for the senior high secondary curriculum.
Yeah.
That's all explain. He said, "Your man here no money bonibia." Now then, cry option up and will you see?
And the Casa engine.
Exactly. This all justify. It is this idea about withdrawn. What did you cry? Say ye. Say all withdraw. Then my your phone. Withdraw. Why are you justifying say option?
So you have a
say option that means it has to be in the system.
Right.
That thing when they say, why do you waste taxpayers' money and human resources to go and develop a deal say optional and you compare CSU school? That's a causing financial loss to the state. It's only withdraw whoever is in charge of it now. Or tell me no questions to answer in the court. Because I'm causing financial loss to the state.
I said until I say or say what's you need also see.
And you know,
which I agree. But I
almost supervise the job. Where's the Ghana Education Service? Head no. Because we not continue doing from a trouble thing. This is a Ghana Education Service are approving so. The Ghana Education Service are approving. I say go back to the minister, which is how you do so. Or more approving a mabon thing.
Or technical team.
And the minister class also the cabinet.
So
all the ones at the cabinet too. So this the point I make say it's a government agenda. They say it is a government agenda on education. Because we frame more same preoccupation kasem ye naka boss. We na me do we ashim.
Martin.
If it is not an agenda of the government,
the point has been made.
John Mahama, LGBT is something. We are going to hold you to it.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Today, and then it is here with us.
That's it. Yeah, but that's it. Dr. Kes.
Sending money home.
The news, the interviews, and what have you. All packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station. Hot Digital Online.
After the elections, we all saw the results. We're all not happy, and we wish things could have been done differently. And so what I did was to go down to my constituents. Because for me, I believe that for us to win any election, you will need an aggregation of minds, sentiments, ideas. So then I went back to my people. I asked them where we faltered. What can we do differently to make sure that we don't experience that kind of defeat again? And then they told me that there are quite a number of things that they felt we did not do right. One was we did not listen to their sentiments, how they felt.
About governance.
About issues at that current moment. I've been to a number of communities. They have also sent delegations to me. I did not do it alone. For some, I did with my constituency executives as well. And
the news, the interviews, and what have you. All packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station. Hot Digital Online.
The party is governed by rules. It's a party governed by laws. And therefore, when a person makes a statement which constitutes a misconduct, the party has to follow due process. And that is what we have done as a party.
When you say due process, can you help us?
Well, it was on your station where Professor Frimpong Boateng made a careless statement, which we were not expecting from a man of his stature to have made. To make that statement that the New Patriotic Party is a fake party, and therefore he's not a member of that fake party. Ideally, I should have written a letter to expel him from the party based on what he has said. Or if he had
the news, the interviews, and what have you. All packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station. Hot Digital Online.
The government has to revamp the whole transport business or transportation business in the country. I believe so, and it has to learn from the advanced countries or even nearby Côte d'Ivoire or the Francophone countries, whereby private entities run a lot of the bus companies, or whereby in the advanced countries routes are franchised, or as Ghanaians would say, routes are franchised, and then the government just takes their money and then make sure that the roads are very good, in a good shape. And then they run, the private companies run those bus routes. And I think that the government, any government, being it MPP, being NDC or CPP or whatever, has to sit down and revamp the transportation business altogether. The government has to
the news, the interviews, and what have you. All packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station. Hot Digital Online.
Learn from the advanced countries or even nearby Côte d'Ivoire or the Francophone countries, whereby private entities run a lot of the bus companies, or whereby in the advanced countries routes are franchised, or as Ghanaians would say, routes are franchised, and then the government just takes their money and then make sure that the roads are very good, in a good shape, and then they run, the private companies run those bus routes. And I think that the government, any government, being it MPP, being NDC or CPP or whatever, has to sit down and revamp the transportation business altogether.
The news, the interviews, and what have you. All packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station. Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Past 1 year, we introduced Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill again to Parliament. When it even passed the Gazette and found expression in the order paper, the next day there was an order from Jubilee House instructing the Speaker and the Majority Leader, Mahama Yariga, to remove it. Indeed, they removed it the next day.
Now say that again. The bill was
The
announced
bill was listed on the order paper
to start the process.
to start to be laid for first reading, and consequential referral to the committees to invite the sponsors for consideration. When it appeared, we couldn't take it that day. So we thought that perhaps we have many items on the order paper, and as the practice of the House is, the next day we will have the opportunity to take it. The next day we came, and it did not even find expression. It has been deleted. It had been Nicodemously deleted from the order paper. When we raised questions, they said Honorable Mahama Yariga, the Majority Leader, blamed it on Speaker. The Speaker said he knew nothing about the bill being advertised. So we had to wait for Speaker to come the following week to give his ruling. Speaker gave his ruling that there's nothing wrong with the bill and that it must come back. To date, anytime we had raised it on the floor of Parliament several times, every week on week, when we meet our business committee, when we meet to approve business statements, we raise it, they keep pushing it away. They are even afraid to list it on the order paper.
Has Sam George been also raising?
They are, he has not raised anything. And Paul, what they intend to do is that until they exit IMF, they will not list it. They don't even want us to discuss the bill until they exit IMF.
What does that have a relationship between exit and IMF
because
at the middle of this year?
Because the indications they are giving is that even discussing these matters, because when the president made pronouncement that he was going to introduce his government-sponsored bill related to this matter to cure the mischiefs that stakeholders, an overwhelming 93% of Ghanaians want to cure, the kind of the kind of reactions he got. Now, when was the last time you heard the president, state his commitment that he's going to state sponsor a bill like this? Now he zipped. He never mentioned it again. And even the one that was already had been passed in Parliament but faced controversies and had been agreed upon by President Mahama that when he comes to power, when he was in opposition, that the first thing he will do is to sign it into bill. Now he comes to power and then he's even preventing it from being listed on the order paper. That is the deception of NDC. So you campaign on the propaganda and deception of the rhetorics that you are the party that opposes LGBT. Then you deceive Ghanaians to win their vote. And then when you win the vote, you put it into teacher manuals and distribute it to schools. Paul, this is in schools. So, see, you remember the CSE and all its controversies. This was something they started way back 2013. We have all the UNFPA implementation framework and timelines, and even the conference on sexual rights, promotion that they held. President Mahama was there, his wife. We have all the statement they made and the amount of money, the millions, over $71 million voted for. We have all that. But eventually, when even excesses of that pilot found expression at the early part of President Akufo-Addo's regime, the uproar, it wasn't teacher manual. It was just some conceptualized, idea in the framework. And the whole of Ghana was up in arms. There was never a time when, within the 8 years of President Mahama and the NPP, and President Akufo-Addo, thank you for correction, and within the period I was at Ministry of Education, that you would find any textbook, be it curriculum, be it textbook, be it teacher manual, or supplementary material approved by NACA with this stamp by NACA, containing these sexual observations.
Wow.
So what we are demanding is that, see, if I had not intercepted this, they would have just taught. And only God knows how many textbooks and other subjects contain such very diabolical introductions. So we are demanding the immediate recall of all such teacher manuals and TLMs that have already gone to the schools. Like this is already in the schools. We are demanding that Ministry of Education and NACA must withdraw all those textbooks. And as they withdraw, they must also ensure that they review all the textbooks and the teacher manuals in line with
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
The only thing they have achieved, which I'm very happy of, is the fact that dollar is down. Is the fact that there is a single digit, inflation rate. That is all they've achieved. When you ask anybody, they'll tell you this is what we have achieved. But I keep saying that macroeconomic indicators do not put or cannot cook kenke and ewapele. Macroeconomic indicators cannot cook kenke and ewapele.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Because there's no space. So what President Mahama is promising us is that he's going to provide incentives for these factories. Tax incentives, security, name them all, appropriate incentives to ensure that space is created in these factories for Esenam and Fozia to join Akosia to work in this factory.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station.
For our economy. Tell them we the youth they called lazy. We have a formula for them to understand. It's very simple. Formula 1, 3, 3. Same job, 3 people, 3 shifts. When you go to your local factory in your various districts and communities, you get there. We have Akosia Fozia, we have Esenam living in the same house. But that local factory works from 8 to 5 each day. And it's only Akosia that works in that factory because there's no space. So what President Mahama is promising us is that he's going to provide incentives for these factories. Tax incentives, security, name them all, appropriate incentives to ensure that space is created in these factories for Esenam and Fozia to join Akosia to work in these factories.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
When you meet the professors, the doctors who claim they don't understand 24-hour economy, tell them we the youth they called lazy. We have a formula for them to understand. It's very simple. Formula 1, 3, 3. Same job, 3 people, 3 shifts. When you go to your local factory in your various districts and communities, you get there. We have Akosia Fozia, we have Esenam living in the same house. But that local factory works from 8 to 5 each day. And it's only Akosia that works in that factory because there's no space. So what President Mahama is promising us is that he's going to provide incentives for these factories. Tax incentives, security, name them all, appropriate incentives to ensure that space is created in these factories for Esenam and Fozia to join Akosia to work in these factories.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Still sending money through your bank.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
You say you see a bokro no. Police in here, who police in here anyone ya? Who about you kumo? Oh. I'm on.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
What you learn to do is learn to feed your own people. And the school should do that. Not study Latin and Greek.
And philosophy.
And religion. Will it feed you? Lee Kuan Yew told us the first inflection point. This is an agricultural country. The first thing that you learn to do is learn to feed your own people. And the school should do that. Not study Latin and Greek.
And philosophy.
And religion. Will it feed you?
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
And philosophy. And religion. Will it feed you? Lee Kuan Yew told us the first inflection point. This is an agricultural country. The first thing that you learn to do is learn to feed your own people. And the school should do that. Not study Latin and Greek.
And philosophy.
And religion. Will it feed you?
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Shouting the government for them bringing inflation down to 8%. In 2024, inflation was 23%. But in 2024, when I used to buy Belako Active, it was at the price of 5 cedis. But right now, inflation is at 8%, but the Belako Active have increased to 6 cedis. So I don't understand. So I want for you to please explain for me. Thank you.
One thing I find fascinating about that question is you're very posh students. I mean, a student to be drinking Belacqua Active, eh? You must be posh. That's just by the way, right? It's a joke. Don't take it seriously. So, I mean, yes, I think the education have been given to that effect, and as you see, there's no direct correlation between that and price. So you might find all it happens is that it creates an enabling environment for functionality to happen within the economic space and to have some expansions and contractions where it could be positively used or not. So I hope that is answered. And the Women's Development Bank.
Prof. Sharif was touting the government for them bringing inflation down to 8%. In 2024, inflation was 23%. But in 2024, when I used to buy Belako Active, it was at the price of 5 cedis. But right now, inflation is at 8%, but the Belako Active have increased to 6 cedis. So I don't understand. So I want for you to please explain for me. Thank you.
One thing I find fascinating about that question is you're very posh students. I mean, a student to be drinking Belacqua Active, eh? You must be posh. That's just by the way, right? It's a joke. Don't take it seriously. So, I mean, yes, I think the education have been given to that effect, and as you see, there's no direct correlation between that and price. So you might find all it happens is that it creates an enabling environment for functionality to happen within the economic space and to have some expansions and contractions where it could be positively used or not. So I hope that is answered. And the Women's Development Bank.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
And here it's been day 18. Day 18, 1-8. I've not seen my client. When I asked to see him, the NIB declined. I asked the Minister for Interior, they declined and told me that I should go and write a letter, something that we don't do. So effectively, that's further delay. So I see it as a denial, etc. So we want to see him. I haven't seen him in 18 days, not in Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana. But that notwithstanding, I will appeal to Nairi and the subjects that they should be patient. Let's be patient. Between today and 26th, it's not much time. Okay, so I ask for calm. That's very, very important. Let's have peace. Let's have some calm. No matter what, 26th will come. Then we'll get to the bottom of this matter.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Atomic down, going filling station. One of these kind of command. Tivas me coffee, my confused. Bank of the musical coffee. Really didn't. Timid coffee. I'm so okay. BBI. Mr. Atom to Susunibim. Tea. We took Susuna and Menya 500. We friend or share me. Satan mobile money. My made a command and intimate team and limit 3,000 for one plot a year. If you know friends say crashing, we are very determined. Minister and Chofu Bibranam. But how would you know? One plot sad that was assassin. South to Susuna, the 2 year. But the medium on bit master, Celebia Bones assassin. Miana medium, and made the costa and Kaka. And Timmy see me than a week grano. Now one plot no. In 2 year, in Bawinya would tre a mammy. Into a Kaka, and I made a pound so some breach and into Coffin Frabo by into one of to me menus. Tofu cloak my 7 year. No, my far trot to Amasama, Saturday the mood chain. Now, I know assassin. Meaning, Papa, at the Sufini Bobo, no, now you trap breaks, you trap blocks, maybe. We are not our room more fast, my baby. Weekends, I mean, or she blocks, no, make man, may miss a motor near you concrete carcass, and my knitting may never be a majority ever.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
The government thinks that they have achieved a lot within this 1 year, but they have achieved nothing. The only thing they have achieved, which I'm very happy of, is the fact that dollar is down. Is the fact that there is a single-digit, inflation rate. That is all they've achieved. When you ask anybody, they'll tell you this is what we have achieved. But I keep saying that macroeconomic indicators do not put or cannot cook kenke and ewapele. Macroeconomic indicators cannot cook kenke and ewapele. That is a fact. Again, Honorable Felix Ofosu-Kwakye, trying to be overzealous as he claimed to describe our honorable member, who is more overzealous than him. He has the moral rights, the audacity to be describing our member of parliament that overzealous, who is so pompous, who is so arrogant than him. And you see, instead of him to speak to issues, when prices of goods and services are high, instead of you to talk about it, you go and take, prices from your NDC market women and come and be presenting on show to us that this price, the prices of this good is this, the prices of that good is this.
Check from Joy Prime.
Let me finish, then you can present that. I can tell you for a fact, just at your backyard here, there's a kenke joint here. I bought kenke. That is one of my favorite kenke house. A small ball of kenke is 7 Ghana cedis.
What's the price of fuel at fuel pump?
You see, when I hear all of this thing, and I'm saying that it is good that the prices are good, but you see, who is misleading who? Prices of fuel, as we claim, is down. Dollar is down. Inflation rate is down. Yet still, prices of items are surging. Okay. And you don't want us to talk about it.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Who claim they don't understand 24-hour economy? Tell them we, the youth, they called lazy. We have a formula for them to understand. It's very simple. Formula 1, 3, 3. Same job, 3 people, 3 shifts. When you go to your local factory in your various districts and communities, you get there, we have Akosia, Fozia, we have Estenam living in the same house. But that's not how factory works.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Is promising us is that he's going to provide incentives for these factories, tax incentives, security, name them all, appropriate incentives to ensure that space is created in these factories for SNM and for Zia to join Akosia to work in these factories.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
To the environment and just keep pumping that gold. I hope you understand that. To show up the stability of your currency, this is not innovation. I fail to celebrate this, and Ghanaians to forgive me. Alfred, bear in mind, Ghana, we have data that we can compare. There are a good number of relatively non-resource rich countries in Africa today don't have gold, they are not exporting gold, that have fairly managed a stable currency. They have. So there are options. If all that it takes to manage an economy is to just produce gold, cause distraction to the environment, and just keep pumping that gold, I hope you understand that, to show up the stability of your currency, this is not innovation. I fail to celebrate this, and Ghanaians to forgive me. Alfred, bear in mind, Ghana, we have data that we can compare. There are a good number of relatively non-resource rich countries in Africa today don't have gold, they are not exporting gold, that have fairly managed a stable currency. They have. So there are options.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Submit a public LGBTQ bill. Where is it?
Are you condemning Akufo-Addo for refusing to sign?
But I've said that. I said it. I said Akufo-Addo not signing the LGBTQ was wrong. I've said it on record.
No, but being wrong
it was wrong. It was wrong. He should have done it.
Are you condemning him for not doing it?
I am saying Akufo-Addo not signing it was wrong. But the question I'm not asking
But that was a private member's bill. No?
Yes, but then the president promised us.
And then it expires with the last parliament.
It did. Good. Then the president assured us, assured the Christian community, assured the Ghana
that he's going to sponsor a bill?
That he will let the Attorney General submit a public bill to Parliament. Where is it? Where is the public settlement? So you see, that is one area. All of a sudden,
I don't know why all the Bamian supporters are suddenly blaming Akufo-Addo for every wrong thing.
All of a sudden, the men and women who were crusading, all of a sudden, the men and women who were pontificating, all of a sudden, the men and women who were preaching against LGBTQ have become mute. Where is the pressure on the president? You have a supermajority in Parliament. Look, there are bills that even with the supermajority, they did an emergency. Yeah. You can send an LGBTQ bill today to Parliament and get it passed tomorrow. Why is the government dragging its feet? So if your culture.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
A number of people who were lined up waiting for vehicles to their various destinations. Now, comparing the number of people we came to meet as around 6 p.m. to the number of persons who are currently here in search of vehicles to their various destinations, I can say the number has reduced quite a bit. However, not everyone has been sorted out. When we arrived here, one thing I noticed was that vehicles that ordinarily do not serve as commercial vehicles were being used to transport persons to their various destinations because there was a serious scramble for vehicles by the persons here over the few available vehicles. And so persons who own vehicles that are not ordinarily commercial ones have had to turn them into commercial vehicles to convey people to their various destinations. And your guess is as good as mine. People were in mad rush for these vehicles because you do not have a choice. Vehicles are not available. So whatever
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
highlifeng.com. highlifeng.com.
Okay, good morning, London. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I trust you are doing well. It is 18th of January 2026. A new week has begun. Good morning once again. Good morning once again. The people of London, this is Royal, and I welcome you to your weekend news review here on Hot Digital Online Radio, the show where we unpack the week's top stories and give you the context behind the headlines, from politics and policy shifts to the economy, social trends, and global events making the waves. All are, well packed, and we've got it all covered for you. We ask the questions that matter here. We challenge the narratives and help you make sense of the news that shapes your world. So this morning, I just want you to grab some coffee as usual, and then get comfortable, and let's dive into the week that was right here on Hot Digital Online Radio. It was for my mamina actually in London for me cheche munina Royani na mesanso ema wakwaba edeba hot weekend news review no so aha ana na esi na no top stories a wo na no ye de ma sene obenya ubehu na wonso watibi na afi so ya afefi nsemu achurch nsemu na wonso wenwu nia ekoso ewo airlines no echiri no free politics amanyo sem chese mbra policies aworo ekoso economy social trends enimpo amanonimu nsem ni ekoso nyina no aha no yɛde na ɛde bro ɛnyɛ no nkwan so yɛhyia sei na yɛbisa nsam a ɛhunyia paa nea ɛkɔkɔ so no so nea yɛtetete nea amanfo keka no so yɛso yɛ challenge na yɛnso ebisa ne yɛbɛtumi ebisa wom na wɔn nso wetumi enwu bi wɔn nso wate bi yɛne saa na wɔn nso wetumi enwu nea ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ wiase ɛwɔ wɔn man Ghana mu saa pepe na da no yɛyɛ no nti me no ka sei Premato a sema emse mienu abeguso nti no wo de bombodian na men ya ne gidigidi pe coffee bi fesi wo nkyɛn na feel comfortable na fi yenrora nsama na wotwen abesinko ewo Hot Digital Online Radio so na dwumedin senia da yɛyɛ no no menu bɛkɔ portals aworo no so na yɛahwehwɛ trendings the pen no ɛkɔkɔ no nyinaa no yɛabɔbɔ no nyinaa enso nkakra iwie a mewɔ mienu mmiɛnsa bi a ɛdawa ɛno no mefi sɛ asɔmanfoɔ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛa so yɛden yɛdi hu nkɔmmɔ ɛkyerɛkyerɛ yɛadwen na afei nso yɛtumi ɛkasa sɛnea mmara no ma yɛn kwan sɛ asetemamufo sɛ yɛte ɔman mu na sɛ ɔman no bɛkɔ n'anim a ɛho nya paa sɛ wɔ sɛ yɛn nso yɛkasa nti no saa akwanya no ɛbɛba anaasɛ ɛwɔ ɛno nti yɛbɛyusu saa akwanya no paa na yɛso yɛde yɛano ato nsɛm a ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana mu no na ne sae no mbre bɛba ama mebie phone lines no aha be phone lines na nso wo de wadwentrɛ ɛwɔ nsama mede bɛto pon so no sɛnea wo hu no sɛna wote aseɛ ɛkwan a wo fin senka yɛfa so ɛyɛ nneɛma bi ɛbɛyɛ no na nso wode aba na yɛtumi yɛde aboa ɔman no na yɛtumi ɛde akyerɛkyerɛ yɛn adwen ɛwɔ nsama akɔ so ɛwɔ yɛ ɔman no mu mesrɛ phone lines no time no so na sɛ mebia ɛna me sɛ nkrɔfo no yɛ dɔɔso no nti mbre bebre no kasa no yɛ tenten san bon sɛ yɛntumi mfa bi nti ne yɛbɛ ne sɛ no 5 minutes pɛpɛpɛ wo ba na wotumi abobɔbɔbɔ wo nsɛm so kama baabi a wobɛkyerɛ w'adwene na wakyerɛ w'adwene baabi a wobɛyɛ suggestion na wameki baabi a wobɛbusa nsɛm no so wobɛbusa na yɛnyinaa yɛde respect ɛdi dwumadi no mesrɛ woba so a sɛna daa yɛyɛ no ɛba anaasɛ woba na wakɔ wo nsɛm so straight ne obi especially me caller afrɛ na wakyerɛ n'adwene anaasɛ sɛ ne ɔhu biribi a ɔde ato dwa no ɛyɛ a ne dia no anytime de bia meka sɛ ne obi abɛka no ɔno dia no meka me dia mesɛ me dia nie nti wo so ba wo ka wo dia no nti ne obi bɛka no nso ne dia no nti wo so nya konya na waka wo dia nti ne sɛ bi a yɛbɛ refer obi ne obi aka no ɔno sei ɛno bɛsrɛ yɛbɛyɛ film na obi aka ne dia sɛ ne ɔno hu no aha mempɛ sɛ yɛbia ma adaroma ɛne ahombrɛsem yɛmbɔ si mesia na ɔbɛntin bi din obi a membɔ ne din ɛwɔ program no so no megye di sɛ ɛho nkonya sɛ ɛbɛyɛ wei nti woba na waka wo deɛ na kyɛ sɛ yɛkɔ yɛnim saa ɛyɛ so a na yɛama ne yɛ language because ne nyinaa no yɛnyinaa yɛtototo yɛ adwene ɛdi nkɔmmɔ dɛ ɛdi nkɔmmɔ pa ɛyɛ abobo ɛbɛboa na ɔman no akɔ n'anim ɛnyɛ turo ɛnyɛ gyan ɛna yɛde yɛ ɔman no yie ne saa so nso ɛna ɛnyɛ awerɛhyehyɛ ebufuo ɛne atɛmdidie ɛne yɛde kyekyɛ ɔman ɛyɛ ntoboaseɛ kasadɛ ɛne adwenkyerɛ ɛna ɛbɛtumi aboa ɛma yɛakyekyere ɔman no ɛma no ayɛ yie mamfa nkyerɛ kase pa ɛmfa ama the boss and the president of all digital online radio Mr. Van Dyke boss mpɔkyɔ ɛwiabere bebia wo biara no mema wo akye na mesɛ nyankopɔn ɔnhyerɛ ɔnyɛ ɔkɛse dɛ ɛtum ɛbui ɛkwan kakraka dei ɛda ama yɛn dɛ nyɛ nso wiada afa ne nyinaa wɔnte yɛn ka nyankopɔn hyerɛ paa ɔma wo kwantenten ɔma wo awɔnzen sika no so ɔmbrɛ yei na ebi nso so yɛn nyinaa yɛndo kama station programs manager openi mafo openi waso michio papa wiabere ɛbɔ adwuma paa ɛwɔ hade nyankopɔn hyerɛ no ɔnyɛ ɔkɛse na ɔmpagyaw influence mampoma bia station adwumafo nyinaa mekyerɛkyerɛ mu nyinaa mema obia ma ɔfɛnda na atwe ɛna wo a wotie me ebio mesan so kyerɛw ɛma wakɔ aba bɔmbɔdze na kame ho na yɛndwi dwumadi na ɛnso makasa kakra nti wode wo so ma me na memfa nsuro kakra ngu me mmerem bia maba na yɛateado. I'm just taking a breather. We'll continue right after this. Please stay tuned.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
HighLifeNT.com.
Okay, so that's part there. It's mana ejinaduna medinsu kakra egu mimrim na bayaneden kase ho dwuma na ye nto ya na yafo eminim means obeya kasa na botum na wakodo toten enti medase papa there etum na asom exam na ozikan mayendi kan na yanhwehwehwe portals aruru no ensambe na obronyi beka de all trendy Mon na nkofo aka wan asem bebre mon na wakasa ho mon na depenya obotwom ko no chede aye top story aye issues a wezi hu komo depending na ma omde depending ye na mensa yeyim no ono se eco radio do eco tv do ana de masisi a friend new media oye social media internet ina no nkeka ho na azekora oman Ghana chede the pain na ono no chede waka wansem left and right babia oye issue oye the current transport challenges are okodo ewo aman Ghana nim na bebre na wodwene wa wohu ne fareba usande nanka yamencha de wode fuel na de ababa fom kama wode bibia chede okodo azan ka oma embre bi ebia na nko bi beka de car ne fango ne bo ayazininti ebia oninti wo charge bebre ema nkofo ntumi mfaka ma nkofo wonante na de ono embre bi abetwem kro yehu mensa nkofo wanfo kala woyede wode wankasa obanante no woda akwa adwuma na yehu ne bebre na wona mkwanwa wo kwa adwuma na nkan yi de indeze yamencha de wole ofranden fango abefom pa ntinsenka fango abefom ono ewo private car etumu to fango na dugu car na ekwadwuma enu o private car so a etumu na enka efo se public transporter no efo na nka de yeden edukwadwuma na ya sorry a afi na nkofu nya cars won fanko edwuma nkofu gengina kwan ho was line tin all because of the fact that we pay cars another we pay lorry na wadako ejuma na ono no obi nim bebia dem atete no so ofia oboto Ghana do nti depende nkofo aka na bebre na watre one adwin ewo dem insensam numu no mpo no omde the penya so nyen vice president professor excellency professor Jane Nano Pokwajiman okopoi ewo metro mass transport unions in Arono oni painful kweden ko to adwin efa adwin mensa obotum na winya public transport na wazama oman Ghana na wetum no wayeden wetum nanka waso dam issue no another transport issue a yeni bebia ofi sisia wabodoko Ghana na ono wakamu asam dama no na we ena krata odamenim ose urban transportation crisis in Ghana. Commuters demand urgent government action. Na krata say oye Ghana fo a wofo ono trotro a obofo ayalolo obofo metro mass ma tete no ofra no kufo bus no ono obofo dam krofo no wofo public transport ni na no asema woka kire aban de aban onhwe na action obotum na we taking tentam o show do na odaboa ema oye transport system another transport issue no obotum waso ano na transport system no which na do na amanfo akwadwuma no won ha no onhwe no ye. And thus Ghana's urban transportation crisis is worsening as commuters across major cities raise concerns over long queues, inadequate buses, poor road networks, and rising transport costs. In these reports, commuters call on government and relevant authorities to urgently address the growing challenges in the urban transport sector, warning that the situation is affecting productivity, livelihoods, and daily life. As debates continue over policy failures, private sector involvement, and infrastructure deficits, many Ghanaians are demanding immediate and sustainable solutions to fix the transport crisis. In the enuanom ose Ghanaian say bokon kro city na nka ho transport issues na abano sisi ano chede all years no nkofo a wofa public transport ina no mo kan de oye queues awura woginem buses are on doorso akwan roads no se kopei mbobu baby na me de chrewa na me keka portals order the road no do na me keka ansha na why mo na watchra akwan on ye any day to fuodo wa mafu wala kofom enso transport cost aye zinzinzin no wose wodwene wa tase na ohan wo pa inti reporter obe no ose the munkofu yi oyenkofo a wofo ka ganafo wo fre aban onhwe na relevant authorities a wo yina no intentem na one address the issue no na wonhwe na wo friend then transport sector no wontum na wonsesi Sunday ma orokodo no or affect productivity or chade edwuma ne ye de ye edwuma ye nyiska wom ye koye ba ye kwanentam do ye ba nentam do ye wedwuma on time ye edwuma on time na yetum ne ye nyiska dema azini na no ole befom Sunday wala edwuma ye nkwantam na etum ya edwuma ntam wala bodu edwuma no mumpo road atantan na road balangu road bulengela ba fa do no na kodwo cars bi so abatantin mu na aze eda kodu edwuma wala bodu edwuma no wala wonfi na hoho ina yawo awonzinti Ghana fo begine mu dama wada edwuma kama nembo monam de ode wodu fie ntam because an kwantam ma bokaka so light tintinti traffic so tintinti ode wofi edwuma mu ntam na woka so light because obiti ajin kotoku obiti oyarfa obiti dodowa adenta obi fi kaswa obi fi weja obi fi tema na wobe bedwuma na ade na ono oma productivity no de ye edwuma ni ye edwuma ni nyisika egu ye botokum obefum productivity so obefum a government revenue so obefum because aban edwuma no sika no emba ma wosu nya bi anhwa na yeko akogi loans na nyono kote os livelihood it affect livelihoods on American cars bi ankofu bi kwa wotentenem portals na nunke ka hu chede o brand that tenem traffic abetenem dama na wona ina je ni ina it chede is ONSMP in a daily life na watra you know them as na recordon ona watch mu there or there private sector no abanyotum na onyo get involved no hwe yen infrastructure deficit ni na no otum no yeden osese means obeya ebetumi yen sustainable solutions to fix the transport issue na me the issue no today or quiet unfortunately today we are experiencing this because nka me fin denka imbrebe abesenko nanka yase petrol bo na wires nti na manfo entumi mfaka bere na wasika no mpo wonfo ono na ma manyim fidi ka doji a muhu nkofo wonnam every atomic junction na wenyi wachire Accra wo kwadwuma nya de agro ono ye ina na ye wo be saw it you know but nkanda so afango abefom no na sere frango wose kwa chede 9 cities na kitabenya bi 8 cities benya bi 7 cities na benya fango ne bi nti nka bisa hu de we susu free nti chede Ghana no ye problem no chede petrol boy de nkofo mfutum mfo ka petrol book kofuma nkofo entum enfo ka yede tindama nyame boa this year yenya 69 years old next year yenya 70 years old inti ye ja nwama tradadama inti no ye hu de at least of de ye hwe ways and means a ye botum na yetumi ye create other transport, other sustainable, decent transport means Ghana fubutum na waza kwa edwuma na won aton. Ina no mete na wase crack cars fufu bio. Let me just hold on over there. It is one of my major issues we talk about. When we get there, we would elaborate it appropriately. But in the meantime, all the mamunko, the stories in the trending, na ejayanko yenim. I want to maximize the time very well. Into our mama found on 20 ansana, but it was one of the issues I trendy be prepare over the week. Na issue kuso Japan wa manimu do on Ghana wa kadama ono so ye LGBTQ plus and manions non ka on yem de curriculum na mofama modisua de no wase obi hu bebia LGBTQ plus and manions in a nature no wafa another offer ya obopem ewo book nim binimu azet de MPP na wadi shame bimu so wase NDC na wadi shame na ono so depend or trend pa ye be kire ya adwene wo ye enti yedu wono ma ye be papem ye be fefe na enyu ase na ya hwe na ya kire ya adwene e wo ho. But it has been one of the trending issues the pain we do hu enkomo pa enti eno ena opanyin kasi bia nizin oze offendant Sharif Khalid no ochiremu de LGBT tainted manual withdrawn. Sharif Khalid backs Mahama VP's stance. Inti opinion no ochirema them azna what the share book mun. What the share book now them of man ocean e Ghana de watch asan. Na questions be brain na will be sir the current Minister of Education. Yebudu one mensa mekano or your story am pede ye na edu nkomo ye nti all the edu a ye be papa mu ye. Na ya hwe won a nkaba this time yesusu de nka ode wotum obo na da masam impo nka ode nka oyo kra wo Ghana yen amanyasam na yen abrabom. But mensa mekano when we get there we would expatiate it deeply. Mamen koko na pages no now they mumbo wodo. I think we have to just move on. We so also no evidence of theft in the Unibank case. AG explains withdrawal of charge against Dr. Dufour. Enti them and asamana nan kauda kobna du friend opinion kobna Dufour na there na charges be done for causing financial loss to the state aban by AG ohwe na nka ode wo prosecuting no nka on AG otwa dem nsamsani mina mu no AG lichirema na evidence bia ni o chede papa kobna Dufour no we wia sikabi nti ina na asam no wo ye den wo twen say no mamen kodre we so say Presec condemns homosexual breeding ground. Comment by Sewa Amihir. Distance school from LGBTQ I label. Nti omde Presec fososo the pen and we want Sewa Amihir dopa de wakaka de equal Legon Preseka ewo ina sebi trumu jumedino okodo opa na opchero pacha de wo mo ne kwa school fun imde Legonde another suppress Presec no oye boys school nkotin and na sewa oleka bibi de wo mo ne kwa sabi oye trumu offendan jumedino okodo wo papa nti obandam no na Presec impenyifo won so wetu aten wono do pa cha de wonyi no esi bebe ode wonyi si Na ono ena Mikrate or deduce also say Wamihil apologizes to protect community over homosexual breeding ground comment. And see Amade Iraba our friend say wano Amihire no Wababa Pacho de Asamano Kano one function. And see Yababa, more of that. MPP displaying marks extend to Akufo-Addo over poor governance at Ake. Na let me just skip through. Labour reminded for threatening to kill mother. And see, being baby so also, oya na adwin there, nkoboku ni maame no so, there, no so why now to jail. Since Ghana no ekwa in Region 1 Tasi, you don't really know what is going on. Yeah, let me go through others and then see possibly other stories, and then we proceed on. Mamenko ahadena me shede I can get you a couple over here. Also, your boyful blast CRC for concealing to demand for GBA to be removed from their constitution. Okay, now want to me handed over Summer Boy mining concession to me. There, the second state witness catcher court there. Oh no, eko want to me now some no zuzumwa. Nimpa odi adansi no to de be no so say. Want to me na on day Summer Boy mining concession no. Or the man. Minty also for your information. Ghana took in Trump's deported West Africans. Then it is forced them, home. Also, Ghana took in Trump's deported West Africans. Then it forced them home. After U.S. immigration agent detained Rabia to Kuyate in July, she applied for protection from being deported to a native Sierra Leone, saying she feared being tortured because of her father's ties to the political opposition. An immigration judge granted her request, but on November 5, she was deported to Ghana, another West African country. There, she said she was detained at a hotel for 6 days before being forcibly returned to her home country. And see, Ghana, some of the American folk assigning us, Ubia, was the way the bond, Ubia, or the was sacked, and our permanent for US, not Ghana agent. But I say, Ghana, taking Trump's deported West Africans, and see Ghana, Ojona, and I feel Ghana, more and there, Nankasaso was sacked one, Ubi ni more oracle. More stories, here. Adantan Court secured remand GP HA employee. Enti the Ghana Port and Harbors Authority employee biso the penya Adanta court no so were remanded. So oyen 70B. And a man attempted to sell a 3-year-old son. What's the papa bisusu ekopo Ghana no so neba wedding fee ebasa na oya na adwin there no so oloton. We don't know what is really going on in the country at the moment. The economy no it started with having some of these stories. Nti what's it papa bisu ye attempt there nko no so oya den okwa akoton neba be mu a winya in fee basa ya 3 years old boy. Na me can say police Aiden police actually no. More issues trending, more things going on in Ghana. Let me see if I can add a couple of them before we go to our issues. Step up and depoliticize anti-corruption fight. At Kennedy to Mahama. Former New Patriotic Party MPP flag bearer aspirant Dr. Ata Kennedy has called on President John Dramani Mahama to intensify and depoliticize Ghana's anti-corruption campaign, warning that selective enforcement could undermine undermine public confidence. And see, I'm the paper and Bribia between Konoso, Ojina MPP as a flag bearer or the assembly together. President Mama Onche na anti-corruption in Sansamano. Untum na mfane na nsi wapa na untum na omonko ye. Mama onye ne politics. You should depoliticize it. Ma onye ne politics. Already we've been seeing allegedly people have been criticizing about some politicization of the current fight against corruption in the country. Ghana ready to revive Pan-African vision with Guinea. The pencil, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor, Excellency Professor Poku Ajiman, and so Okupe Guinea, Odin Sensembi to go to Ghana. Ready there. Pan-African vision, you better sound so a Kenyan view. Na no so okope wono nsema odutu igwa enyi na watwe so botu gwade oye is it necessary? Okay, anyway, let me just put on 12:30. I think we need to proceed on from here. 12:30 yanti odo wade na afi menu wie NRSA, National Road Safety Authority, to leverage digital content to boost road safety awareness. Okay. Honestly, in San Seminibia, all trend. I think I'll just do a couple more and then we just go. Yeah, and we also see Sedinam Temaklo Martino arrested by Interpol in the United States. Also, Irabana friend Sedinam Temaklo Atenu arrested by Interpol in the United States. The United States Marshals have arrested Sedinam Temaklo Atenu due to extradition request submitted by the government of Ghana. She is said to be held at the Navida Southern Detention Center in Faramp, Navida. The arrest is part of the international cooperation between Ghana and the United States through Interpol to bring her back to Ghana to serve a sentence and face further legal procedures regarding a conviction. She was convicted in absentia by an Accra High Court and multiple charges including causing financial loss to the state, theft, money laundering, conspiracy, and breaches of procurement laws. And I don't know that Abia the last week yabatina ade no Abia na Interpol for Abia watin yanka ana de Abia government of Ghana no litin yanti ina mensa yetra yan adwen no ono so wa faniza e beda yam asipa because last week na yebisa there say if there's a political motivation and political strength to crack down Ura Ken Ofurata to come and face the law through an extradition request by the government of Ghana and for that matter the Republic's lawyer and Attorney General Honorable Dominic Kahini. Then the question we're asking there, when would Sedinam Temaklo would also, when at all, with that same political motivation, that same political strength would be used to crack down equally Sedinam Temaklo of Masok, who is not this time alleged, but who has been convinced and has been sentenced. Onupono nyede nedino onenam from de bia why anon you onze nedino Ghana court ama when we there why na onenam wonti na ye bisa there when would the same political strength and political motivation and whatever apparatus available will be used to equally bring her down and for me, I think that it is for the gain of the law and the rule of law in Ghana that she's also being pursued, and then from here, and we will see where it goes from here, because she's been arrested. Until we will see say she would also get to Ghana to serve a sentence. And I don't know how to really give a remark today, but it's helpful. You are the best to judge this. Lastly, then I go to the stories because today, exactly 1 o'clock, I want to open the phone line so you can come in. Lastly, to other stories, and of course, it is the fuel prices in Ghana dropped to single digit at some pumps. And this is what my report is also, exposing or saying fuel prices abefom ewo Ghana. Na sisi ayekwa fuel prices no we fee double digits. Ema sisi a waba single digits. It's not there. First in KB or 10 cities and 12 cities, 13, 14 and onke kona sisi ano 9 cities abim, 8 cities abim, ABR 6 cities, 7 cities, 5 cities, I don't know, but Otra, it has moved to single digits. So, is it a good news or it is a sad news for you? I think whichever way it is your view that can declare. I'll open the phone lines and then you can come in. But I believe that it is something that is of good news because if fuel prices are down, then of course, I think that it can help people to be able to use their cars enjoyably, as compared to when it is high. However, I believe that we must be able to plan how we can sustain this, because say we must understand that there are no challenges. There are no challenges in the system now. There are no challenges because I believe that in time past, and see the whole year and so what I think and what my peace of mind or my piece of suggestion, but what I think is that we should look at how we can sustain this and how we can actually put shock absorbers over this. And I'm not going to say that we should applaud or we should be happy. For happy, we must be glad that fuel prices are down, because the person who uses Pajero, the person who uses Tundra, the person who uses whatever, the person even who uses Matis, now everybody can buy fuel, which is good. At least public transport, they can buy fuel. And people's money that they use, people's money for fares and all that would also come down. Automatically, it will affect everything, which we expect that it will affect. The kenke, it will affect the gari, it will affect the banchin, it will affect the brode, it will affect whatever that causes, price of things to go up. So that at least Ghanaians can be able to afford 3 squared meal a day. So it is good. But you see, it won't be denti. And abosrewa when no in a twin chain. As some cases be say and tembe no, Frank Green so. Inti ya de the pa. But what we want to share our opinion for. And we are not saying the powers that be should listen or they should take it. But what we are saying is that if they take, of course, it will help. Because this is good gain. But the sustainability is what we want to echo. Say yes, eye papa. Ebe bobia. And I just say a way air she Ghana free and I say a way boy what it come at least we me use air condition. You know, which is good. 1 gallon, a bejai, which is good. But how we sustain it, how we put proper measures around it so that we don't know when there could be a worldwide shock, a worldwide pandemic, a worldwide challenge that would affect the global system. Enkoma sageni yensambelusu. So what I'm echoing is that we need to, this is good. We need to what? We need to, instead of celebrating it, we should look at how to sustain it. Because you won't be paying. A baby or bessin koye. Na pensu sa, a kofum sa, a bafum sa, ne enjoy, ne bonnie say ye bonam, oh my idea, mo first time, ne say, in a way, ne say, oh na panyang. All of a sudden, na same pigeon mobile, whereby all indications were showing say, in your maybe shocks be a baba yasi, a kakamana man, and a pigeon. Into what we are echoing say, this is great. We should not celebrate it alone, but we should also think about how we will sustain it. So that in the next 1 year, in the next 2 years, by 3 years' time, it will still remain a single digit. Because in Pembe Breno, at the end of the year, that's you're facing even sustaining. So to go up again and then it turn to politics. So what we are speaking as Ghanaians and say, this is good, it will help all of us. One in a offendant, a wolu gunenuma, onka yanadao. Ubia obenadao. Into yesre, nemboom, one shekwana, mbutumnama sustaining. Because we know it is not in a timer. Bibia and see we are so, Bonibia and see you. Chede or the Bibia dana, Bibia ya falao. There is no global challenges. There's nothing as sort of yet to take. So whatever that is causing this to come down, what we are echoing is say, measures, shocks absorb this. Yet to our coin. Say nearby ya. Say BBC, BB Pejanimu, na carry singing na, and this gain will go into the drain. That is what we are echoing. So as the fuel prices in Ghana drop to single digits at some pumps, that is what it is. I would just leave this one, and then let me see if I can cross over the borders of Ghana, and then let's see if we can have some trending international issues. Now, I'll say, new British passport dual citizenship rule explained. Britain for so why you want to there, you know. One dual citizenship. They be a Britain, but me a Ghana passport, but me a Canadian, but me a that kind of what the breath be wazaba. And also, British dual citizenship will face tough updated rules when entering the UK from overseas under new government guidelines. New rules that come into effect from the end of February will mean that dual citizens can only use a current British passport to enter the country and not a passport of the country where they hold dual citizenship. It means that any British national attempting to enter the country will be refused entry unless they present their British passport or a certificate of entitlement to prove their citizenship. I'm there, Britain, so since I mean you can say what title one dual citizenship you offend then passport no minti secretary dual citizenship on in chede on inti since I know butum na era Britain easily, UK easily, you know, na ono what's it from February 25th na the may no better than over started na we the juma. Now, the changes which apply to all British and Irish dual citizens abroad are part of the Home Office rollout of the Electronic Travel Authorization (ETA) scheme, designed to enhance border, security. Entonces, the main inano it is just to tighten the security and the borders of Great Britain. Inti sekita British passports. Let's say be kita another passport. Just know that from 25th February, things are going to change. So they want to let you know, say, rules no assassin. Yes, be able to meet the room, sir. you need to make sure that you have normal friend electronic travel authorization way, so that it can help you to what? To be in Britain. Now, I think that after 25th of February now, when it ever starts, I say from 25th February, when the ETA scheme comes into full force, most visitors from visa-exempt countries will need to obtain digital permission to travel before departure. While British and Irish citizens, including dual citizenship, are exempt from ETA, they will no longer be able to rely on non-British passport to enter the UK. But all kinds you have to have the ETA. After that, you need to also have your certificate of entitlement and send it to passport British passport from 25th. You might not be able to use it to enter Britain, according to Yahoo News. That is it. And also EU set to halt US trade deal over Trump's new tariff threat. European Union so come na also EU set to halt US trade deal over Trump's new tariff threat. Enti mensa President Trump wakaka kan no the EU so e won so waka won ho pa enti I think say some deal be okodo between European Union and the US for the exportation of EU stuff to USA and no one can say President Trump whilst we release a new tariff sees an EU because of that start deal now on they've also stopped it. According to Yahoo News and Bloomberg, European Union's lawmakers are poised to halt approval of the EU's trade deal with the US over President Donald Trump's vow to impose tariffs on countries that supported Greenland in the face of American threats. Also, European Union lawmakers say boss topic EU need trade deal now in the US over President Trump. Nya why na adwin say enemy so person offer Greenland in it sa deal now on President Trump ni now they would have to halt it because President Trump why na adwin say a country be obese support Greenland biano you put a tariff over those countries, and so the EU are dissatisfied about this particular arrangement or position by the United States president, and so your margin say then they would also halt the deal between the European Union and USA. On the more serious and more ways to say, Stephen A. Smith makes a terrifying prediction for Trump. And there, Brent Abia no so kono ko US no so on social media report. I mean, report Abia no so juma wo ESPN and chede. The pain wakake bi dama President Trump pa. And also ESPN host Stephen A. Smith has issued a stalking warning to President Trump and the Republican Party ahead of this year's pivotal midterm elections. The long-term NBA commentator who has hinted at a move into politics unloaded on Trump over how he has handled the presidency so far in his second term, predicting sweeping losses for Republicans in current trends continue. And also to all the Republicans out there, to all the conservatives out there, you're about to lose the midterm. You're going to lose, and you might lose the presidency in 2028. And it's going to be at the fault of your president, Donald Trump. Unquote. The host said in episode of Straight Shooter with Stephen A. Smith that aired on Thursday. Stephen so chade no so wakeke bi da President Trump pa Mikrate Stephen A. Smith makes a terrifying prediction for Trump. Now some more can President Trump, I'm sure he may lose, the Republicans may lose most of their seats in the midterm elections that are about to be held due to maybe almost say President Trump or and he or say President Trump he's blowing it also he's blowing himself, and then some of you what stuff, or to mean say with regards to what is going on and with regards to what President Trump is doing, it's likely that the Republicans are, might lose the election. Also, the man don't know how to act, on quote. Also, the man don't know how to act. He went on criticizing political climate and messaging. Okay, anyway, let me skip this one. What you are hearing about Gestapo tactics on the part of ICE, what are you hearing about is what happened to going after hardcore criminals and making sure to deport them as opposed to terrorizing everyday normal American citizens. The ESP host stopped short of calling Trump self-obsessed, saying he's like somebody addicted to so it was wild, wild utterances that the show host was making to prompt President Trump and then the Republicans. Any American for now say it is likely with the way, if you look at how ICE is detaining people, how even citizens, which he calls the American citizens, being detained, and how they are being handled with regards to the current administration of the President Trump. He says that with the way things are going, it's likely that the Republicans may lose a lot of their seats in this. And as in the upcoming midterm or friend elections in some not bebre. And Stephen A. Smith so the pain no so naza obopenyi as I take you to the international front. Yeah, but sports so I think that I might just prompt you of sports, and then we can just proceed on from here. And then we can actually do well with it. And sports so according to BBC, also BBC Sports, AFCON 2025 final, Senegal have concerns over treatment. But let me just take you to how it all went yesterday. And then I think that I would just end it with you. And also, only a trailing final can save predictable AFCONs. Okay, I think I'll skip this one. For now. I'll skip this one for now because of my time. So let me just take you to. The final thing I want us to look at, and then I'll just proceed on with that. Okay, the story I'm looking for, it's not uploading. But in the meantime, so that's it. I think that's, I just wanted to get you the update on the AFCON over the weekend. I think today, being Sunday, would actually be the final of the African Cup of Nations, equals to 2026. And my story has come. I say AFCON 2026. Okay, I say only a thrilling final can save a predictable Africa Cup of Nations from being forgotten. Until Jonathan Wilson or the Sembia Tuja. I say despite high quality matches, Senegal meeting with host Morocco may pale with the World Cup looming. Something a tournament's greatest strength can be its greatest weakness. In part because of the excellent playing conditions, this has been an African Cup of Nations devoid of shocks. The better teams keep winning. There has been a lot of good football, but not a huge amount of memorable football. Yamibwa and the Sunday in an AFCON Cup of Nations, AFCON African Cup of Nations yabeden bo nina area na no Senegal and Abisha host nation Morocco. Na Jonathan Wilson penibia no so chede odi a ball in some say chipa say only in a trailing final can save a predictable African Cup of Nations from being forgotten. Na African Cup of Nations abekokosina o chese nia ebetumi amankofo ani agye pa chese ebeye eba maniama ye hu pa awomode bi bepie me ni maniama eno na ebema African Cup of Nations yenkoye den yen real frida ahanti no so nsama odo to dwane nti no say expect say ende no Senegal ida so betumi aye omode cup na akọ Senegal na say cup no ebeka ewo Morocco. And two of them, whichever it goes, but more especially, say to me, well, it will not be, it shouldn't be my prediction, but according to Jonathan Wilson, they believe, and that's what we believe, say, idea about me, ma African Cup of Nation, about you forgettable, when they say, you to me in your finance, able to me, aye. NG, Baba France pa, and the African NG Baba. But can we say the same to the World Cup 2026? It is a big question, but that's just by way of sports update. And today, Senegal and Morocco, Ebebo. I'm sure you would have more updates, from the sports people. Now. And some and me enya me pa me pese ye di we na me bie phone lines no na wo ba emu na ye kire ya adwen na ye di nkomo na mintie unso pa sisi no Ghana ye current transport issues are kokokoso no na me pese ye kire ya adwen. I mean, for us to sit here and just talk and talk and talk without any suggestion, without any your friend is saying any direction, anything we can say meaningfully to help the system to change, for things to get better. I think say it will just amount to waste of time, keke. And me no idea how me pa and then me per se business is near cost no a man for in your cars, a man for and to me any way no and them and found cage man in your man. My question today, and there, I know a lot of things are going on. Maybe you might have expected, say, we should have talked about that. But I also believe that things that are more of crisis, things that are more of challenges, should be priority to what? To talk about it, and then, give some suggestions. Yes, I know, maybe you might have wanted some stories or you might have wanted to hear something, but for me, I believe that if it's about the crisis of the nation, is there anything more important than this? What would crime do if at the end of the day, the ordinary Ghanaian is not getting a car to go to work? What would crime give us? Or what would, a presidency give us? What would, I don't know what to call, but what would a carton of salt somewhere? What would a distribution of something somewhere? What else at all would be more of worth discussing than us, discussing about the challenges, the current crisis that the nation, our dear motherland Ghana is facing? So my question today and this morning, this afternoon, say, with our current challenges, our transport challenges, what is the road to a sustainable, point in the short term, in the medium to long term, as a solution for the development of Ghana? What do you really think could help us? At least from short term to medium term to a long term crown. It mean a transport system in the nation. But before then, let's take this one and then we move on. Professor Godfred Bobke the Assembly to just say in Ghana, people work in traffic instead of working in the offices due to constant gridlock. We need a strategic intervention to solve the transport problem. Sana, Professor Godfred Bobkin, our economist and professor of finance at University of Ghana, Oditija. Osisi Ghana no, uko Ghana, a month for year, juma more, traffic, crass and say, ombedi jumem. Inti yenya strategic intervention bi a ebetumi aboa na yetumi de solve your transport system no. And we no enye just be a car say be available. But in your so was say ya kwan ni nyoma any just a decent public transport system ebetumi abo on miners a nation no. Eno na me person there ye di hu enkomo no ye kire ya adwen. I believe say doubt would do what? Mijidi say eno no ye bibia ebetumi aden ebetumi aboa na yetum na yama your transport system no akoni nimye. Until before then, let's listen to this one, and then when I come, we continue.
You spread yourself so thin, share the money like toffees, and thank to Ato, by the way, for not agreeing to giving people money to go and start mobilization. They should go and mobilize the money. If you are correct, then you go do your thing. So you see, there's been a deliberate attempt to destroy our public sector infrastructure, and it's all because of corruption. You know, so for me, coming back to the ordinary citizens are crying. Look at how long it took people, how long it takes people. In fact, anytime I'm coming through from the office, I just cringe. I feel so bad for people. Like, Charlie, what is this? This is not fair. You know, so the things we do to ourselves as elites, we do to the country as elites, it's unconscionable. That road should have been done probably after, I don't know, maybe after 4 or whatever it is. We should have finished that road long ago. And the last guy had an opportunity, got an Exim Bank guarantee money, and decided that, hey, okay, well, I feel I feel I mean, what kind of human beings are these? What kind of murderous, kleptocratic, wicked people are this? How do you do this to yourselves and do this to your country? Why? And the guys come and justify that, oh, you need that to make sure. You need that to do what? When a major road like this, look at the Cape Coast road. It's just, I'm so surprised that
it's a matter.
Nti ebusia opani bia chese ebagana amanyo semeni chese ye kire yan adwen enwo Ghana nsensem ono so ne dworo to dwane se ohwe senia sisia transport system no akoduru sometimes in bribi kra on nam opon adwuma na okono hu senia manfo abo sentin abo santin asal lines ye cars just to ye car keke no o say as a man no ye bibia chese emfatanye. Now, can even some of road challenges kokoso any in your man contributed to Sanyo Menyamina. And you think that maybe say ye didn't come on. What can we suggest to be the road to a sustainable short, medium to long term solution for development of this sector? But before then, way so na so.
Is that, and I think yesterday the Vice President intimated that, and I said these are stopgap measures, and I want us to emphasize that they are not permanent solutions, that we need to have proper engagement, we need more buses on the road because private buses have broken down. It's either with the improved economy, there can be facilities for private owners to also buy new buses, and we have to support them. They must get realistic fares. As he has mentioned, look, if you bring 100 new buses, even the government struggles to maintain its own buses. How much more the private person? So we have to either we know the operators, either give them loan facilities with very low interest rate to be able to buy. That will bring an immediate relief. But going forward, we must be able to pay them something realistic that will allow them to be able to maintain these buses. But I'm saying that if we leave all this entirely to the private sector, it brings a challenge. If you go to countries that have worked and they continue to improve their transportation, there is dominance of state play. And the state may play a role in regulation and making sure that the private sector participate actively but in a well-regulated space. If you leave things to chances, that is really risky. So I think that investment will help. More buses, supporting, engaging the transport union leaders. They may also bring very valuable solutions. She talked about more buses for buses like the Ayalolo transport system, the Metro Mass. All of those immediately will come in. But I am very confident that this situation will soon die down. But what I don't want us to do as a nation is to let this conversation die when this situation dies down.
So this conversation cannot die today, and it must not die. I agree perfectly with that. That's the reason why it is a very important issue for me. I'm even saying and they discuss it. Now we tell penny ya or say in Pempen in Yama ebitimi aboa say or see more buses in the world in the country. You know, but is that the foundation we need to tackle? Because we all know the road system in Ghana. You see, we all know. Okay, but for the short term, more buses could help. But we having more buses and certain things that's supposed to be foundational. Your maintenance culture, I will say you to me tackle. Your road system, I will say you tackle. Any ekwanya yankasa no oman no enyome bia your transport system no ye dey running all those kind of things, you know. Regulations in your money no. I think that they are core things we need to. In the beginning, I was so man yet nasi. Na it to me a toto sanyamano. Because I believe say if anything can affect our productivity, say and coffee baker, I will dwell on the productivity of the nation because we are building a nation. And there's no way we can build a nation if the labor force of the nation are giving us poor productivity. And so we first have to tackle the foundations of this. And a kwambia susuno, whichever venues why bet me nyenya other apart from buses, no. Other optional transport avenues, you know, is also another thing we need to look at. Time in the court, so I'm unable to dwell much on this. I'm going to leave the rest to you for you to come in. Because if I want to, you know, talk more about it, maybe a time beko. So today I don't want to go much into the time for your segment. I don't want to go into it at all. But what I'm trying to say is this current issue, no, will be a trend. But you listening to me this morning, what do you also think? What do you think that could help for us to, you know, ensure a sustainable short, medium, and even long-term solution for, you know, our development and to better the transport system in the nation? And very more, a current issue with regards to LGBT and some such as run in buka and colano dishan there any and one kakamono and also yabeshe whether the LGBTQ plus manuals and whatever as at now in our current state as a nation, you know, is it a conversation? Is it a discussion worth it? Do you think we should still talk about it today? Do you think we should still talk about LGBT? Do you think it should still be relevant to us? Now, the reason why I'm asking this and say, why are we here? If we have leadership, if there is political will to ensure that what we say we do, then I don't think that this thing should have been a matter that we are discussing today. But it's as if, say, we have been taking the people of Ghana, we are taking the people of Ghana for granted. We are taking the people of Ghana seriously. And you know, we have used that we are taking the people of Ghana like a market. We sweet talk them to sell to them, only for them to get home and then see a different thing. Like it has been happening at Circle. Back on your package phone, you see your phone, could be a semuna. The Sun Nest, lack of strong will, and I don't know if I should add lack of integrity in count. Because if we have all this, and I don't think that this LGBTQ plus minus thing should be an issue we are discussing now. Because it has been on record that leaders who have not petitioned, but who have actually pleaded, who have actually solicited through election that Ghanaians should give them nod. And when they come, they will make sure that this thing, this challenge, this thing that has become, that is a national, if I should call it abomination or not, this thing that, let me just calm down. Yeah. And for all that I'm trying to say is say, I mean, of course, this is something that Christians, Muslims, traditional, everybody seems not to like it in the whole nation. And it is believed that this current government actually had a nod from people because they strongly gave a great position that when they come, because it is something that it is connected to the people of Ghana, and the past government was failing to take the proper action, whichever way, to ensure, say, that thing is out of our way. That thing is out of our conversation. That thing is out of our discussion, and that is out of our society. No, it was not there. No, but because they proceeded that they would ensure, and so Ghanaians should give them the nod, and it was given. Now, as at now, we are still discussing this in our national discourse. No, what I'm asking is, say, is it like some people are taking Ghana for granted? Some people are taking the people of Ghana for granted. Some people, starting from the president, vice president, presidential staffers, to the MPs, ministers, and the people of this current government. And anytime I discuss this, only one person's name, I don't know why, but he comes into mind offering. And I'll continue. I don't know if I should continue to plead. Because if a man has said a word through his own, out of his own conscience and out of his own, integrity, and through his own mouth, that he would ensure that a president will never know peace if he doesn't take care of this thing that has become a national issue, that the whole nation, everybody disapprove and everybody disregard, everybody is against. And as at now, as at today, this is still going on in our nation. This is still being a top conversation in the nation. Then I don't know what, as you have opportunity, you can talk about our leaders, people we give nod to. And going forward, what advice, what do you have to tell the people of Ghana with regard to people that we entrust our power to ensure that accountability with regards to things that especially they say from their mouth are held accountable? Phone lines activated. You can come in and then bring your views and then perspective on the various issues that I've talked about on today's show. You can come in. You can call the mobile. You can also call the WhatsApp line, and then you can come in. So when you come, please, I am Breno. I'm for no doors into about 5 minutes pepe na wadaroma wakoso na wakawasama wo pese wo ka e wonsama yabobo so no so we ya nesa 10 na wama obisu aba. Of course nia ye achi ma adwene mebusaw nia me pese me bisa e wonia waka na mebusaw nia me pese me mo ambo ho. I mean, the interjection and everything is part of it, because where I feel I need to come in, I will come in, whether to applaud you or to, let you be restrained, whatever it is. Everything is part of minute in the yɛnyɛ no saa sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a obiara bɛtumi akyerɛ n'adwene ɛndɛ ewie. This is Hot Youth Online Radio, the best Ghanaian station in the diaspora. It is the weekend review here, and I am Royal. Please, let me go to the first caller. But we didn't be FRFE. Hello? Hello, Bocha Timenka. Hello? Bocha Timenka. Ah, okay. Atimenka, I'm down mentioned. Bocha. Okay, all the coordinate you. Hello? Hello? Oran Bocha Timenka. But I can't say menka da mente. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you go on with your submission. Go on, please. Exactly. Mm. 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 Hello. I don't know what's wrong. But you bet me. Me too. But I say. Okay. Yeah. Please go on.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Let me go out and then check the studio. Maybe you have an issue over the studio.
I think so. So please kindly, if you can hold on, fine. But if you want, maybe let me just get back to you. Let me just, prompt the producers to check it for me. Yes, sir.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
highlifeng.com.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Okay. All right. Mpacho, etemenka de CCI. What you mean ka but maybe I mente unka. So minim say tie so te unka. I don't know, but mente unka. Okay. Maybe you can try the WhatsApp line. I'm sure there'll be a WhatsApp line, no, a bit more. I but say but my friend WhatsApp line, no, sir. Why? Oh, it's unfortunate. I'm not able to get this one. See, Mr. Abi, I'll bet me. I try WhatsApp line. No, na you can try the WhatsApp line. You can call on the WhatsApp line, and then you bet me. Yeah. Hello. 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 Kind of mental crowd, but then, okay, all right.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Hello.
highlifeng.com.
Yeah, hello. I mean, sure that. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Good. Timpocho, what's up, Timpocho? For me, I think that we would have to call via the WhatsApp. Mobile no, me and Fort Kakra on Timpocho. Mutum na my friend WhatsApp now. We the mobile phone mo fan
Ni phone na no for tab but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what's up? What's up from you? You and your mobile no do na you actually answer.
Okay. Me acho Debia FM Peter Constitution. Debia na me ka say ya catch for 80% no. Woman e di ewu. And some politician for no about for so. We ya kan wasam pa say ka woman yen say krom ha de ni bi. Na PPP no aban say be 30% aban de 30% pe. No so private petrol na de na ma na ma private emblem. Mo de ma GPR tufu, mo de ma portwafo, mo de ma concern that was me na me use transport to Ghana my transporter. Wo mo masa asa no abi biara party bia baba so bia ye nu ade a mo dugu no pa ye transport trotro ya trotro na so trotro no first na ekabo so bu ha no atoka no de abase o mo pa driver man na sisi no sai ni pa no do na trotro discount o mo twidi enti amafo eja trotro so to
wow
yeah the best way to say I mean another time President Akufo-Addo time before cran you know mo discuss ya backyard back side but when you post na nipa no be transport money na de obey no on feel biom but say what do idea ya ne this guy wo ya ho so
what is the way forward? Short term, medium term, long term.
Well, short term, the best way is say, well, women sort of in India who can long term. They say,
oh no. So would you? I'm starting to say you need to try it, man.
I just say, okay, one for I and also for Basi, one for people now. I can't if we also never got a manager. No more say private that any about manager, private and that's the main thing. Aban was 70. I knew or Nafi Obi Opaseko or your transport now the matter will be trading. Omoto shares.
Bind the animal.
Yeah, and a PPP and your bad person Omoto from your sanity. You were Arava, you will go ahead, you will wait. So I'm for to shares woman Aban so much in a man coso. Train crown, train line, yeah, so crown, train on my end. A government and private. About it to be getting now. So now, empathy for no more no we are. Oh, Sadia, obey no one yet. David, woman yet. And I'm sure, obey, why here, Kufoba Sibana Lulu, one more town, down for us who could be 2 times not talk. Now, I say a lifter for a private woman, obey Yamamoto to a Yamanato. And I'm with you. Oh, David, I'm Massa. What they know, or what they're Madrid.
That's it.
So, yes, up idea. Ghana no it's more day. A bit 80% it's more day. So Bema.
Medase say utumi efrey. Na me call mobile no so me say wine e mobile no. Bojo mobile. Africa sa na me say mensa baka wa. Hello. Hello, caller on the mobile. Okay. Mentum nka ntie bia chi de mehwe de motum na mentum nka baden. Okay, all the yanko. Hello. Pocho me de mu mobile no menya me mobile no mentum na me pick mentum na connect mobile no ntino mesre. Obey yeah, what the WhatsApp line call the WhatsApp line because the mobile I'm unable to use the mobile. And see WhatsApp line now. Pocho able to na free. I'm on free mobile no. Unfortunately, I'm unable to hear you from the mobile. And see WhatsApp line na free. Yeah, so that's it. The another issue I think that with the way no now the crowd there yes also your share. Mensa na just na make no. Buses be bring the oyidi ye de babo. Okay, in Tabia, from the beginning, another in the interim, more buses. Good. Into more buses, yeah, the Babe Gusa road, yeah. And more traffic, tin, yeah, you need bus lanes in your name. Now, the cars and the buses in Babe Gumusa. It's also a question we need to ask. More buses. I know there. I'm say, deputy. One of the ministers now say, it's a trade minister say, why now? Or just say we should get more buses. Just say, or say young crab buses. About 300 buses now, young fan bed, young fan bois, way which for me, I don't think I side with him that much. Ewo ekwambi so menino eyadwen. We kwambi menino yadwen by kwambi so menino eyadwen. Eno metre Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, Ultra say, I was say, and I said they are in agreement with Spain to borrow 1 million euros to tackle the shortage of trotros in Ghana. Meno afin say, you could say in the meantime, I am unable to talk to you. So if you can kindly call the WhatsApp, I would appreciate. Mobile me farm into me famun kasa enti yeguso ye miemia mfridie mu na metumi ni wagon say mo WhatsApp number na obetumi afre the same number mobile number na is still on WhatsApp, so you may kindly call on the WhatsApp line. Thank you. Enti what I'm trying to say is according to reports Amikres is and say we are in agreement with Spain to borrow 1 million to tackle shortage of torture in Ghana. Enti we are going to borrow money to tackle this shortage, which means that we are going to bring in more buses. But we are going to bring in more buses whereby we don't even have enough bus lanes. You see? So sometimes I wonder, say, Omayan Kasakra, Yachichi Omayan, is it like we lack that vision and I say we lack that leadership because so we should have, I don't know. Say, Mbribi Baba, we may have this issue, so we need to get a lane for public transport, buses. A lane, and no government. Okay, anyway, Ghana. Obi say Ghana is a free market, so ABI, our status is also the reason. But mami for calling, I'm sure obey ya. Hello, Temenka. Hello. Mentomonka. Enter missing Kobe ya. Call me on the WhatsApp, Madaroma. Nyabwapa yo mafa call but mentonka enti yeguda ye free no mude obey ya enti possibly no you can call me on the WhatsApp. But your WhatsApp within be free.
Yeah, good afternoon, Roya.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're from Lee, Mikasefri, Camden Town.
Okay, Lee, Camden Town. Thank you for joining me.
All right. The problem is both the two parties have tried these buses.
Okay.
And it did not work because you and I know that in Ghana, they will tell you the government work, we don't carry it in our forehead, but we carry it on our shoulders. Because the problem we got over there is there is no supervision. No one is supervised anything over there.
Why do we elect people? At the end of the day, we are paying them with public hard-earned taxes, and nobody is supervising for the right thing to be done. Do we still have to keep these people in positions?
Because that is our habit. That is how we think God have created us to do. Because everybody has got issues. Everybody going to work has got plans to steal or to do some dubious or dodgy business over there to amass wealth to himself. This is the problem. But I think the best way they have to go right now is railways. Because I don't understand this government. You've got about $10 billion and you pump these $10 billion to stabilize the city. That means the stabilization, even the
it's more important than proper transport system for your citizens.
Exactly. And when you look at people that they are trading in Ghana, 85% of them are foreigners and 15 are Ghanaians.
So is it in this case that we are having a misplacement of priorities, or what?
Yes, misplaced priority. Because, the thing you're doing is artificial. So how many people are benefiting from this stabilization of the city that is pumped $10 billion?
A lot of people are benefiting now. As a result of that, fuel prices have come down. Now it is at the digits. At the single digits. More people can buy more fuels. More public transport can buy more fuel. So people can eventually enjoy it. So we can even say that the whole nation, because eventually prices of things are going to come down. Can't you make that argument?
Roya,
Yes, sir.
compare the number of people that are benefiting to transport. You compare it. So if you tell me,
wouldn't you say that is just one side? That's just one side. Transport is also one side. But at the end of the day, these same people who are suffering the transport issue, they are going to eat. So the kenke is going to come down, the banchi is going to come down, the brodia is going to come down, because the city has stabilized the dollar to affect prices of fuel.
If there is no transport there to carry this food stuff from the village to the city, how are they going to buy it? How are they going to buy it? Because the thing is, all these things have come down. But in the end, when you go home and you pay about 28% of electricity bill, 24% of electricity bill, what is the use of this money that you've pumped inside? Because if you can subsidize the electricity or water for people to get alleviate their hardship, that will be fine. But the thing is, they're not getting any benefits because the thing you're doing, a hoping sum of $10 billion, no jobs, nothing, nothing. And the money too. The funny thing is, when you put the money in, people from Niger, people from Mali, people from Togo, people from other countries, they come in and they come and swallow this money.
How did they do it? How did they do that?
Yeah, because those people doing money changing, they are foreigners. So when
recently there's been a report that all those people have been cracked down by the Bank of Ghana and made operatives.
It's a one-day wonder. It's not. They did the same thing during MPP time. The same thing they're doing. How long are they going to continue to do this? Because the money they get, it's to the Abochi is from the banks. They're giving you the money to pump in for traders to use it. He just put about 2 or 3 inside over there. Then the rest, he push it to Abochi to amass, to also get something into his pocket.
Okay, so P, kindly wrap up. I'm using one line, so if you may wrap up for me.
So the best way to do is railway.
Okay.
If you do the railway, that will be fine. We can. I don't think we can do cable transport in Accra because that one too must be the best way. Because the traffic, talking about roads, bring all these buses. Give yourself about a year.
Talking about talking about cable transport. Are you aware of the Sky Train and the issues and how it resulted? Are you aware of that?
Sky Train is different from cable transport.
Okay. But there has been a similar thing to actually, so it means that somebody has actually initiated it. But at the end of the day, how did it happen? How did it end it?
Well, it was just in a pilot scheme, but it did not happen. Because when you're talking about all these things, I think the best way to do is this railway. And the LGBTQ issue, Masa, well, and Ghana we are not angry enough. Idea where you for abreso and no and central for about 60% Obia could take juicy positions.
No, Mr. Boss, I think this one it's an I mean are you not sure this is an allegation?
Oh, so you don't know people that have taken positions in this government? The journalists, you don't know them?
I mean, if they're politicians themselves, fine. But for journalists, I can't actually mention one or two who have done that. So maybe it's your own observation and your own view, though. So
no, it's if you Google, you will get it right now. It's sitting down there right now. I'm talking. Just Google the journalists that have joined this government. You will see it. You will see their photographs, their names over there.
I see.
You will see it.
I see.
You just
I'll do that research.
Right, you just Google because those media stations, the big ones, A lot of them have joined this, taking juicy positions from this government.
But that doesn't mean that they are supporting the LGBT, and the reason why the government is not doing anything about it.
What is it? What is it when you be when I know I can't want them saying no more?
I don't just say I don't just say I don't say anything. I mean, any say abanu and I say omuntina omun kashi won and also just anything abanu yashi won. So omu yo medwuma based on where they've been fixed.
They are kwakasa. Send ya Akufo-Addo breast wo kan no na de na de untumi kan sa.
Remember na mention say metima mo bi abem.
Eti me ba be wie no. Ba ho. Ade no mo ba ya mo so mo be resetting and I upsetting. No stress free fees or whatever no. And I have fresh fee stress. Enyama ekoso wo yen akasankasa abrabo mo Ghana no me fiefo ne kasa. Because if you promise someone that you're going to make him heaven and he later on returns to be hell, do you think the person is going to be happy? And no be central region, no water.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, Peter. Constitution. So, so you can call the WhatsApp. Unfortunately, I'm unable to, use the mobile, so you can call the WhatsApp. Yeah, but then, so that's a good suggestion. But then, as to when I able to me na ye create for instance train stations to use the to support and to resolve these issues also with regards to your transport system. I think say minim say bia ebetimi abobosia because you see a bosia 1 million to bring in buses and anukra in say trade minister deputy they were somewhere say Morocco say infa almost na buses aba all those kind of things is good, but at the end of the day with bus the basic things we need to do to ensure say buses but because over the days buses simple ni ehunda over thousands of buses have. I remember those days. Sakra the na coast crew and buses here by be near BC top and in fefi which is quite a now far yanju sika and all that which was helping. But you could see saying, how did it end? And then you can say all these things have. This buses has been just say maintenance culture has been one of the things that it is not even sustaining this whole busing public transport thing. One of the key things is maintenance culture. And how are we handling it? Ukoshe public bus pa na yede asoya banchi yede say in your man can say yede park gu car no mukra na gugu car na buti na ekọ road deep self kakọ fa so we don't even poor maintenance, poor culture. All these basic things, I think say we need to put all of them down and so we can think of say you would have a proper busing way. I've got a caller on the WhatsApp. Let me go there and then hear from him. Pochowani.
Yeah, Roy. This is Abe.
Pocho who's in?
Abe.
Oh, Mr. Abe. Mr. Abe, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I missed a bit of your presentation, but I came to hear you talk about the transport issue. The point is, do we even have a transport policy that Ghana is working.
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking. That all these basic things, these that I feel they are basic, we need to tackle them, and as a nation have them before we even think of even the next. So that's why I want us to talk about the short term, medium term, and then going forward the long term for a sustainable
for 1 million
development.
To come and do what? That 1 million or whatever. Which aspect of transport are they going to provide?
It is to currently to tackle the shortage of trotro.
No, you see, if we have a transport policy, we will know the percentage of, let's say, a bus system within our transport system, a percentage of coverage by railway, maybe a percentage of coverage by probably even taxis. At the moment, we should be even working towards phasing out these trotros. Do you understand? Because trotro is a stain on our transport system now. So if we have a transport policy, we should be working towards phasing it out. Do you understand?
I have been advocating for that. Because some of the trotros that we use in Ghana.
Yeah, but if you don't have a transport policy, how would you work towards achieving
so
all
you are
of these
making
things?
we are making a very great point.
Do you understand? And you even cited the case of supervision. Look, the supervision is one thing. But the main thing is all these two political parties, when they come to power, they give these roles and jobs to party foot soldiers who don't have a clue of what they are doing.
It's also another thing as a nation we need to be critical about. The way we give jobs.
Yeah, they give them these important roles as reward for their supporting the party.
Meanwhile, the qualified people with the qualified and the technical know-how will be roaming about looking for jobs. Oh, God have mercy.
So until we have a transport policy to know the various elements, maybe train, tram, buses, and taxis, and so on. Until we sort these things out, they can how many they bring how many 1 million buses? Oh, come on. How would they manage it? And Ghana, if you look at our structure, our structure, I think an organization like GPRTU, Peter made mention of the various types of transport we have, transport owners we have. We have Arriva, we have all of them. They are all franchises. Do you understand? Which they work with the government. The government gives them targets and so on. If you don't meet it, they take you out of it. Do you understand? We have GPRTU, which is across the whole of the country. The government can sit down and let them run some of these transport things.
I suggested this some time ago that the government will now have to see how they can put together with them. Maybe if you have to even employ all of them. Let's fizzle out the trotro. Let's employ all of them. Give them buses for them to run it. Government, take your revenues. Use it to do other things for the development of the nation. You are making a great point.
Until we plan our lives, this is what we'll keep getting. Every aspect of our lives is not planned. If you look at the education and Ministry of Employment, I don't think our education ministry works hand in hand with the Ministry of Employment to know how many engineers we will need every year, how many IT experts we will need. I don't think we do all this. We plan all of these things. They just go there and just chop money, drive cars anyhow.
Let me ask you this question as I leave you to go. Why maintenance has been our challenge, whereby if you go to Achimota right now, you will see a significant amount of these buses, sitting as ghosts, whereby we have a science and technology a university in Ghana, and each and every year people graduate as mechanics, as engineers, as all that, and all these buses are sitting there that I don't know, they have become like white elephants, and we are not able to maintain our buses and all that.
The point is, if you've given the transport company to competent people who are managing it, I don't think they will, because the number of buses which not been on the road at a given point in time will affect your revenue stream.
Don't you think that this even shows the problem with our education system? Okay, well, you said it. It's
politics. It's the type of politics or the type of leaders we get in our part
you
of the
said
world.
it, because if we have a whole university that's mandated for these things, and at the end of the day we are having these challenges, then it talks voluminous about what's happening.
Down to leadership. Do you understand? If a leader surrounds himself or herself with yes men and women, this is what happens. They are not meeting their targets, they are not achieving anything, and the leader just overlooks it. At the end of the day, they think managing the country is for that group, small group of people, rather than for the main people. I mean, the population.
So going forward, your suggestion for the short term, medium, and to long term, solution to ensure we have a sustainable transport system. What's your suggestion?
My friend, they have to go to the drawing board. That is why I keep telling NDC and any other party, look, you plan these things whilst in opposition. Do you understand?
Okay.
Because when you come to power, you don't have enough time to do this planning.
So if you say it this way, that means that when they are in opposition to, they don't. Are you saying that because
in opposition? Labour in opposition, they say when we come, we are coming to renationalize some of the rails Margaret Thatcher privatized. Unfortunately enough, Margaret Thatcher didn't privatize all of them. He just gave them on 20, 30, 40-year franchises. So now the franchises are coming to an end. Labour has renationalized some of them. And you can only do this type of planning in opposition. When you are in power, 4 years is not enough for you to plan these things.
So currently, what you are saying means that the opposition currently would have to also support. They would also have to. They have a role to play. They have to start thinking properly towards this challenge, right?
Yeah, the time they used to plan, they are fighting. So what are they coming to get?
Abe, thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate. I'm using one line, so.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was brilliant. Suggestions and all that. Thank you. I appreciate. Those of you calling the mobile, unfortunately, I'm unable to talk to you on the mobile. So if you can call the WhatsApp line, I would appreciate. My friend, mobile, mobile, me fam to me munkasa. The good yes, no. Mo to my friend, or friend and WhatsApp na yankasa or WhatsApp no. WhatsApp, we didn't be free fee. But voila.
Oh, okay. On Kodubia.
Oh, nyamiadum pa na. Wow, so we want to then.
Transport na oka ubusa se Argentina okachimota a parking go baby. Buses in there yo. But the point is say research a pet buses that is suitable for our weather no.
Now, what can I say? Okay, that's great. But have you also realized, say, your maintenance and the buses in Kwasene and handle no? Messi will call some of the buses in the Pana, Banchan, ya park a guichi, Kotokun in your ya park a guicha. Buses and sink ourselves any part near the cargo.
I know, dear, me know ya dream.
All these things we need to stop it. It is part of even some of the reasons that buses you create wiki. And in your mouth, you know.
And same thing American, BRPA right? Sometimes because the freak man say a background, we do a friend say the Achimota, Achimota school anymore. No go so honmuna omuyi a mano a board dear tomatoes near their free buses in us.
Bass and I say, Fanipa. Yeah, cargo. How would they get strength?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we don't also maintain it.
Exactly. And Tinamika say, see a pet buses are suitable for
our transport.
Our weather.
Okay.
Buses be on one. There's no way I'll wait me a parking your my bisagumo. Oh, Anna, yeah, weather no. Ukofa buses be a bar. It may engine it may overheat. Now, and you're good for the weather now. And send them because me I can't remember as I said me talk headphone fee and Moko Ghana. Because do about 2 weeks now say. Right?
Wow.
We shall to be a whole more. The same thing, 2 weeks now say. But say me to be free on now me the Baha. It me last me for 6 weeks. 6 months. And then the echo. If the iPhone cry, how did be called Ghana? Overheat, as you go to my way to do. It you know say I'm right buses you good for the weather near far buses to be about. Can be a problem basically and it's the best thing I be the brain can. Railway no say only the best solution. Because
if the railways lines are the solution, why are we not having conversation about it from the government? Why are we not hearing voices from the government concerning suggestions and all that? And why are we not hearing that from the government? Isn't like they can't see it? Isn't like they can't? It's not part of. They don't see the relevance of it or what? Because since there's never been any voice from the government. I mean, with regards to race, an option for race.
railway no ethical cost. The cost involved no is higher and a long term user.
And if we can borrow money for anything, why can't you also borrow money for because imagine even for Nana, imagine like if there's a train from Pokwase to Amasaman, Madina Kra to Accra, your friend is sent to Kumasi. Would they even Central Accra? Imagine say you will trains me and send me a name a 5-day running up and down one. And how do you think that the way it would be?
Yeah,
it would have even shortened the traffic way challenges in the Krampo. Yes, but we are not having that conversation.
Me know your dream, but Bibiano, no, as a party me anyway, MPP and this. We say, Nana do time, yes, will be the car cushion, Muna say, Mahama Suba, or you train, yes, road, next will be to walk.
So you know the challenge. You know the challenge. You know the challenge. You know the challenge is that obi ye way na nipa yankasa ade na be boan ye take action be say no. The question is also that which laws are also making sure that these people are dealt with so that it become a deterrent for others. But we are not seeing it. How are the laws handling these people? You see, so it looks as if we have become a soft nation with regards to everything. We have the laws, but we don't know how things are being regulated. What do we have to do? Who has been jailed about this? Who has been? This is so we don't get it.
No mercy for cripple. A ball.
Oh no! It told you, Debbie. No, we are being ruled by rules and then laws. It told you. Debbie. It told you, Debbie. Nana, it told you, Debbie.
Nana, tie. Which is a your man before when you be away again.
But your boat told you, and there's not sure.
Oh, now you're more to any way, can you then? Would you check me punishment and came from?
And I send him to them, bro.
And then punishment, but only got 2 months. I said, now what's not feeding? No, I just see a you free system. No,
oh, Debbie.
Let's show it.
And it's all Ukoba. It will. Why Ukobana? Yeah, why would you escape when you're finding no way to escape on man? It's at the end of the day, no.
I buy and spend taxpayer money, and they are there for long term. I be benefited the whole nation. That's all the one day pay a now. When you are there, say spare or do cut 2 money.
Oh, but it's your day to say you won't quit for say Musamani. Abana also all your strict and strong. Oh, all your strict and strong. Say never ya. Obey me any sanko for now daily, so that it become a lesson for others. But Ross, Bonato for me, way.
So my main casa now.
Oh, say who tell me from Ashas and I make say ni na ka 5 minutes no. I said it because I was say ye to me na yenso ye bem.
Mami flow kakra na.
Oh, pacho Debbie. As I mean your fair ma nko ma mom 5 minutes in why. We dey wadaroma. It would wrap up mama na me say me afo bi so I'm using one lines too as well, you know, Mr. Wadaroma.
All right. Near me person me come for LBT kill no I. Me no me who say your culture now you're mixing on and I say you have to actually because we won't even call Saudi Arabia now Egypt here cry conquer country say the Saudi way because omuno magia to say Muslim sumuno and omai omo religion almost now me there be am say nini na I do blame Christianity because this is a Christianity practices. A Christopher and the practices are lesbian and gay as themselves. And so I have to over here Christian nation. And so this is part of their practice.
Okay, that's it.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So let me just say, Abia, once you me unfortunately, I'm mobile, so no, I'm unable to, pick you on the mobile. And see, let me try. What's the main car? Hello, Wadarma. Hello. Yeah, so you may have to call the WhatsApp. WhatsApp need the same mobile number na enti obetumi e afre WhatsApp so enti WhatsApp na the same mobile number na, and so you can use it to call. Your friend is saying 07908443338. So we free what's happening so na my fault na ya kasa. But we didn't be free. Hello. We didn't be free, sir.
Yeah, good evening. We are welcome.
But good afternoon. We be boko pa yami adumti. Won say
me na me try to answer me.
Oh, but kasane nko o 5 minutes na fa kasane nko.
Okay, 5 minutes crying do. Program awo yi wo ho. Eduru ba bia ye pa enema bi wo mu a wo ya ya hwe hu yi. O metie say obi be ka say about 60% journalists. And now 40 it's all correct me 60% say omo join NDC because omo ntimi nkasa, right? And now check it now o catch and say no wunyi ntum enye no kre me pacho sanity
yeah see what tell me asasina yeah. But then what's your point you are making here? So I wish you can go straight to your point.
Mpacho nyabutre
mami wadaroma. Nana mpacho wadaroma nyabutre mami. Nana mpacho wadaroma. Say make us say from the beginning of the program I made the nsem yenu bi tuja. I don't know if you just joined and tebia won ya mekan. But for the purpose of say program no I'm the one moderating. And bibia so there are me say rules but senior ebe ya ade no so be way. Intimidating send to ja. And maybe so follower, then maybe you can actually, if you can give me that respect, I would be happy. Say based on what maybe kind of, I will be glad. So that a bit me because I don't want us to make referral to any caller behind your man. So you because if not, you are not also respecting the rules. I miss media to where you know so no. Oh no, mama akonya, oda nyabotama me, mama akonya no wakasa. Why? Nyabokama wadaroma. You understand? Just say we are not also respecting the program na you know nyotina way mu. So kindly I want to really I respect you fully, but let's also see say near that to kwemu no yenko say ne be ya ade no so obi nkoti obi na so nti we dey wadaroma Mr. Go straight to what you want, and if you are giving it to me, you can give it to me, but per color or something no, but you film why. And I stated it from the beginning. I forgot my kasa.
On say the bia me dan ho dey actually from Ejewusu.
Ejewusu, okay.
Ejewusu, yeah.
Yes, sir.
On said program mean condemn.
Oh no, it's all part of it. Nana.
Oh, mama, quine. On say, oh, catch him, say, me, my quine, I won't cast.
Matthias,
me build the idea be so home.
Matthias,
two boys here. Uber who send me see Cassam never. Me draw attention. So home. And I make Casse. Mean condemn nipa na. Obeka say 60% and now 40% no. Say omo join NDC. Mean yes because I say omo ntimi nkasa emfa LGBT no.
But okay, but do you no there's a we understand so you are disregarding the rules that has been given for the program. So it means as that's what I'm saying say would you speak to me. Nana Mibo, Nana Wadaroma.
One yan tomorrow.
Oh no, also you see, and I'm just saying
oh dear, my main building master emphasis na me here no.
No, but we must also at least regard the rules that has been set because because I wouldn't also want you to Nana Batomibo. I am moderating. And to me say I wouldn't also want to me call be on so wa friend no. Me so mean to me nkasa me so me ma I mean I wouldn't also want to your friends and disrespect that guard or any protection for that color. That's the reason why that was placed for all of us. Inti saso no bisuba na wonsu nipa ne yawo sa I would also defend you. But what I say, for me, if you are condemning me or you are appreciating me, it is to me. And I appreciate both your condemnation, criticism, and appreciation. Bibia, to me, it is fine. But if we are referring to any or we want to bring somebody in, call it be, that's why I me say, and when you come, go straight to me. Send me a program, and speak to me. That is it. But please, let's take whichever caller. You go to me. You speak to me. I would your friends, I apologize where I am going wrong. I will appreciate where I am being recommended. But let's take our callers from it so that a bit my when you come and you are not regarding the rules that is governing what we are doing, then it means that we just want the thing to get wrong. And that is what, with all respect, that's what it won't happen. Mr. Wadaroma, that's it. And now go to me at your so why.
May draw attention to you.
Matiwase.
Obi abeka bibi ama or the percentage biaba.
Oh, so boss, you are still going there. You see, when it happened that way, it's like you are still going there. Just go straight to your point. What you want to tell me, if I am doing wrong, you just go straight and tell me I'm going wrong. When I will appreciate, but I'm still now, you're not getting, you are still referring Obini Oino. Nia nipa no kano me nene kasaya baby, I me fin say o se me bemuno. I came in there. And only a minute no. If you have also come, what I did, if it's wrong, just talk to me. But nipa no me pese wadaroma, we in film, go straight. And you are here to criticize me, and just exclude the person in from there. And criticize me. When you finish, then you can wait. You bet me out yourself. Why? Nipa no, just take him out of it. You bet me I can't. In a way to criticize me and now say be a man I just go ahead, but take the person from it, mommy. Why? What aroma, Mr.
I mean, you person in film.
Thank you, sir.
You person in film. A better one who say the way wrong. Some year the film because nipa na be can be ma waka say obi so be can be one can one hwe and na me tell say wo ye wrong. But what you say? Matiwase. Then make say nipa na be can e ma wakoto say wo can say there be and tesa unyin ni. And nipa so dey call online na ko Google na hwe. But what you say?
Mitie.
And then na obi so be can say lesbian no. And nipa or the assist say a Christopher na lesbian. And the one can worry what John Manako. Me pancho what you say. And I me draw attention say no. I said who argue. I didn't emphasis ben or so who say Christopher na lesbian. Me pancho what you say.
Matiwase.
Yeah, and they do baby or because who you wronger or Charles say why you way. But obi so be way. I then na need the one can say that one yin but I need the what John wrong say moko. Me pancho what you say this I mean can say obi be can say o can say at the same thing obi be can say I no just say makoto nipa no wrongly who na me person me correct o say na wo ye no hwe ni ye program na ye but obi be can we na wan can we no obi be can we now can we ya na just an koye me da say o ya mama me temper kosro
but you ma temper kosro nana abotre wakasa e ma temper kosro o say me sanso can say ni obi abeka no any point of view but what I say because who point of view means so me wo media enti ni obeka no wo dia means so media ya media that's why everybody is giving yama obi akwan on channel enti so obi beka bibia ade na ya no so we are doing so many things I mean at once enti bia na bibi na watching ayewe ya me hu a watching my dreams so I appreciate that fine but you see at the end of the day that's why Mark say everybody is entitled to their opinion inti ni onu kanu that is it inti usu betumi aka wo de based on how you feel inti so obi ka bibi na say me correct na say obi ba na say man correct fine it is well noted I appreciate you say watching my dream then is so I'm not in position to defend or say Christian for any practice way no because I quite remember saying okay now where I have to come in I came in maybe it might be an oversight well noted and thank you on that but please let's also appreciate the rules because if we appreciate what has been said as the rules for the game I think that it would also help us to avoid a banter and to make kind say obia want entitlement to their opinion in fact obi kasa no opinion no waiting no that is for him if he appears before the court no be justify no everybody has entitled for that that's why I'm saying that say yours let me also say mine obi sin canadian when you come you obi kanu you go straight to it because everybody has the platform and no one say bia and I have to protect defend every caller here so long as I'm a moderator no I need to protect, defend every caller here. I think as I'm a caller now, also we make his statement. That is his statement. That's what he feels. And I am not in favor with anybody and I'm not against anybody. But at the end of the day, as a moderator, and I think say the rule is there. Everybody has what he can say. Into also banner say only say Christians. Not saying Christians are. If you feel say if somebody, you can also say it because I can't also. I mean, I'm not. America will be as much be. That's the reason I'm saying say, oh, but go straight to your own. Say yours. Mobi sin Canada. Obi can also say a. That's all. Banner for say B are fine. You know, that's it. But where I can come in, if it's not an oversight, I will never be silent of anything in favor of anybody. And Tinana, thank you very much for calling me. What you draw my attention on, it's well noted, and nothing is in favor or against anybody over here. And Timpacha, once again, I would like to echo, say, Yaba, would you go straight to your point? Kindly go straight to your point. Call Lebi in your backhand. You go, say how you say it. But please don't refer to any caller of mine. I said it from even there, from the beginning of the show. You know, Senior Beya, we can all have peace and we can make the program, nicely. And to Mestre Madaroma, Mama Yanshan in Silvio, because I don't want any banter on this. Obia, everybody has the right to say what they want to say. And I cannot be defending or supporting or against. No. As at when I come in, it is, let's recognize the rules so that it can go well for us. What's happening? I think this caller might have been on because it's a different caller. I will just go pick a different caller because I think this caller might have been on already. But I'm unable to pick the mobile. I'm unable to pick the mobile. But let me pick this one anyway now. But Wani. Hello. But where was in the baby free?
I'm sure I'm in clarify you had.
Oh, Ross Niana.
Pacho.
Oh, okay. Wait, what about that? I'm to 30 seconds now. I'm interested to meet my phone. Be so much why.
Mr. You, say lesbian and gayism, no, Christianity practices, no. Mami che munche ya brother and church.
Oh, no, me pass me my own friend me call me my own friend me call I mean, you can state, and everybody is entitled to their opinion. Who is a Christian a practicer? That's your opinion. Into Obisubano say a different way, that's your opinion. Now, I could not question you, say, are you sure it is Christians or they are not Christians? Or I could not ask you that because that is your opinion. That's what you are saying. You would defend whether it is Christians or not. It is not me because that's your opinion. Inti Obiaba now also say, who say Christians maybe say what? I didn't ask you because that's your opinion, that's your observation, that's your view. I can't challenge you. That's why. Inti Mr. I can't. I'm sorry. I wouldn't be able to let you refer to my caller again. I'll go back to my caller, whatever. It is in my own friend is saying discretion as a moderator. No, it is my discretion. Nana, Mr. Wadaruma, me caller need you can't go to my caller or refer to my caller or revisit whatever for my caller. Go straight to your point in the 30 seconds and let's go. Why Wadaruma?
Mati. Nature America say your religions be say 5 or 6 we are similar. They don't know important. Your Christian, Muslims, Hindu, Buddhism, and your traditional right. But me, one of them are Omo Ajiatum. Say lesbian and gayism is a part of your practice. There were priests before Mujina sorry members and him a preachy members where say these priests are
so long as I'm concerned media me for many who be me and that's your observation, that's your opinion.
Yes, me my who be in Americans
okay.
Catholic as churches be brand your friend is saying Methodist name all those even Roma Pope crab musaze or Irana. Right? Entino Christopher na Jatum. Ye woman omonim say priest here or no jina or a preachy or ye gay or no so Jatum. Umkotana ho eji communion.
would do quarter, who bet me prove evidence with what you are saying. Anyway, that's your opinion. So, Pato, you can begin to wrap up for me now. Yes, you bet me for me.
Me work Catholic Church be or me man tem right? My Kobe pen. The mine on one. Everybody is aware so you gay. And then Hong Kong. There's so many Catholic churches. Why no I could tell omunim so you gay or more advice or bomb pie or more communion.
Nana, Mamina was saying, me say, I'm say, course anyway. When say you've come already and you've come in already anyway. Master, na me picture me to me. I will be to me this year, Mamina. Me different colors. So why?
All right.
Thank you very much for my understanding. My minister said, "Met to me alpha net caller." My phone. Unfortunately, I'm unable to pick it. And to offer WhatsApp now, Wuba Fessa. You can have 5 minutes to talk. I'm sorry, I will not be able to give you another 5 minutes again because caller no course no door super until unfortunately I'm unable to do that. So that's it. So what happened is if you can, please go straight to your point, straight to what you think, straight to what you believe. Everything everybody says, that's their opinion, that's their view and perspective, and please just go straight to that. And then I will appreciate. Oba, go straight to your point. Me call Ebia or canon ni. We are not here to argue. I'm not here to argue with anybody. I'm not here to whatever. Oba, go straight to your point. Aha, nia kujina kwa tobe tumiakano na yehu. Aha, so that's it. Where I have a friend is saying idea about what you are saying, and I need to challenge you, I would. So everybody must also be mindful of their language, must also hold the responsibility of their own words, and that's how we're going today. No favor for anyone, not against anyone as well. What's up, Bocho? Who's in the baby free?
Me didn't do Obaya.
Oh, Aunt Obaya, I'll put it then.
Jana do me more fish up.
I think come out, I feel saying BBI.
Amen.
Auntie, Nkomano, am I any fan also defa?
I'm free Dawson.
Dawson, okay, great.
Yeah.
Nkomano defa ine.
I was saying if I'm doing common fan.
But you what aroma?
Fantini pass, so I mean to me come fante.
Obey. Ya mean so obey.
Yo, where the kakrebi na make.
But you can yanko.
Roman for your new gay beyond to individuals crowd will be a bimu gay. Roman solid them me Roman ni carry clinic see pa. My story done another be open you mo distress woman to me money since scholastica. O money a you more escalate there be an rama me ne kwa sorry. Obi ya me ya solid no baby and who are pope ejina baby akaso agige ya tu. Ya mo me enka no correct. Any hosa. Ena roy dia kakra me kan say obi eyem fato ho a anase obo obi din na oni na temo dia on take no I don't think say a problem. Some mind now oba ye na one ne ye back and forth.
Mami pocho wadaroma we dey facha me say me be mu ha say I'm say ya trust level no mate was say pass e bia nipa no ondi atama but me ntumi so e negotiate say we ya tembidia na say o say mami ne atini say won to avoid say bia afian so basically say we ya temdidie we no wo de kwa asem so kasenya wo pe say nipa na kakra na wo pe say wo kan kwa wo de hold the responsibility, hold the issue, hold whatever nipa na kan. Now we say it in your own words, in your own way, without mentioning or referring to that person. And then the mistress say, "Yeah, mom was in sir." So if whatever the person has said, now we say, "Oh, attack and I say we appreciate you." Hold it in your own way, so that you can be responsible of your own words with all respect. Now, yeah, money and language you say fan count. And you know, I'm sorry, say I mean to me because where you attend the day where friend say, "Yeah, Bob was no." And me say, would they let's avoid all that. Just go straight to your point. Nipa ne ka semana sa no fin say bia wo pese wo kan whenever just hold it, hold responsible of it. And tell me say bia we ye a no fin say bia hold it responsibly for yourself. But me mbo bidin and I say me mbo ye na me pese me from the beginning make say yen him film crowd we dem ye sorry pa mo fancha me. Why? And ma me pocho betimi akoso ama me.
Na me kan no me say There wo kan nyina wo court wo ye wo program wo ye wo policy no.
Okay.
Enti no. Aha. But me my dwene kire kakra ne say se nipa ne taki nipa no personal dia. No ofa na asem ni bia ye mfato ho a. Asoli dem ye yi bi ye mfato ho. Prison ye yi bi ye mfato ho. Mo media si mo fa people se de ye mfato ho ka. Enti se nipa ne taki nipa no personal dia. Ade na ma nipa ne kire mu se say
mami mati wase pa ba on say sometimes you know it is better prevention we see is better than cure. Until na meso send a kind of policy new. Interference I bibia so policy one sometimes na bia before policy no baba na yenim ne ntia. Into adaro ma me gidi say ye hwe no sa so anka bebo pa. Until me srem mo say we dia mo fancha me ye betimi aye ne sa mame a inka be ye me de. Nti
me se machi ase wo court no. Aniti na me ami nua be ma be kasa ye nka mebo ni din pa but ma mo ni din.
So hold responsibility what you want to say whichever way.
Me ban straight to say Roman for ye nye sa de ani.
Me da say.
Perfect. And na me can say what they say Sam George asema now wo ye kan. You wo be bie phone lines. Obi wa mo ni din but obi am say Sam George in the case asem. Say John Mahama will never be a peace. John Mahama will never have a peace.
We don't know peace.
Yes. So what one sign a man na a friend again within 48 hours when you peace in your mother. What has changed?
I don't know how
it is not in Norway. Oh, ya kasa frakadam amusi edi atem. When you frakadam and you throw no better. Na said you was see ade yi see ne bua.
Who ne say throw.
Na intim for you that time no power. One Sam George and na lead. Intim for your majority side. Sam George was minority side. Who can say wo mo ko by election? Ewo Asen Central. So okay. And these women's organizers miensa. I Akufo-Addo per se ye jachiko sin free ho. Na wo ba akoko ka wo mo no mo nya majority no mo pass gay man na. Some man miensa and these four man now. Wo mo picture did social media no a. Wo mo ko cha atro kire wo mo say Akufo-Addo bet wo nya majority no pass no. Where are they? And then you have back door. I could sim 2025. Say you fancy your mad. Now 2025. And the other ho and a leak I know. Google the near car who say a no cranny 2025 no more the same moon. Maybe I have a double thing. Google, what's why Google?
Mati, yente me
why na for so say ntim for do oja to gina ne na so wa bo petition o gina ne na so Sam George wo we e man wo mu we Mr. Mahama was to ya Assemblies of God nto onye ntuma wa bo asofo ano e ka kire wo mu nya gidie wo ne moto aba no e de no wo ka fa ho mi ami Roma ya asofo a wo mu se efiri wo mu tiri su kwati wo mu na so kwatena Mr. Mahama ho e de no wo mu tibi ka fa ho wo mu ya demonstration kire President Akufo-Addo Anglican Presby Methodist one man churches where are they ahemfo opinion leaders CSOs ya kasa frakadama banya Yo,
now transport issue is here. No, what's the medium term? I mean, from short to medium to long term. No,
what transport issue?
Yeah, able bringing a sustainable development.
Me no, magini nyanko so papa. We are food ya no becha. The Ghana food ya no mucha. Tiani de mini ho agency.
Ghana food ya den. Ghana food ya den. Then no mudia. Ghana food ya den.
So what must say abaya wa ho ne nye. Ento mo pa aban papa. And I buy papa aba. And I say, influence me into electricity. I buy papa buy what to electricity 28%. What to my worker to 9%. What to one workers, ministers, and then I see from 69%. What to MCs in an asset for over 3,000%. It didn't have every me ho. Do no pair and woman ya. And you know, and the enemy business, one face, one problem.
But I say, unso to me buy, all right, and see, yeah, my so there or the buy, no. Unfortunately, I'm unable to pick the call from the mobile. And he said, Open to me after WhatsApp now. Mamma, friend mobile in and bojo on your wapa, your men share that men famo course, me farm, two men famo and casa. And he said, about to my friend, WhatsApp line, if WhatsApp na. Mensa account is in common. Or the same number now 07 908 443338. Efra na mensa account. Nti bombas na fre. WhatsApp no so wajame pa bombas na fre. On chebia DJ DS baba na ono so odaboti odunti. Obopuyala meyi. I will just pick about 1 or 2 calls na bia mede ni na abene nti memensha de mutuma for we na yankasa. But one who's in the baby free. Hello. Okay, unfortunately, my phone I'm not able to pick it. You know, into my friend WhatsApp na I'm sure I'm selling call and na me to me waka senti. I'm sure the motima for we but who's in the baby free.
Oh yeah.
Yes sir.
Me chewe we you.
Me jodo papa apom to then.
Yes, I don't know now swear.
I do grace ya.
I that was in age of away.
Yankopon ensure won so me wafan dan wuzin what aroma and be free.
Me din nana kweku make us free Canada water.
Nana kweku Canada water. Okay. Nana yankwe e di no common e fa yimfa.
On come we din me pass me.
But ka usu kebi.
Yeah. Kaka me pass me busa say me dana me dream was say me nti eno bi ase.
But you bisa.
Because me kai say ansana aban dada na bi free ho no. Ye nyina ye ni tua say bibi say LGBT plus one ya. You see the aside ayile the way aban ba kono AC ka the ball up aban na chi. I mean ni nyina ye di adanse say me nyi obi akro bi say Sam George ye nim die and some papa ye kika.
And ta so me can say anytime bia maka sa asem nipa ba ko pe na ya na adwin ba ma adwin pa. And I want so why we honorable Sam George.
Well, was a penifo ebu say mo nyina di abeso di ankwan da bia ebu oprodin. So say mo nyina di abepa.
And the question is what has gone wrong? What is happening? At the end ekoso na mentia as now we still having this matter in our conversation.
Obi Sam George etimi ko gina onom na wo ye mu demonstration na keka nsema kese. Say Mahama balance wa ansan ade no Mahama nya peace. O Mahama ho nto no. Ake kan nsem we nyina na say ampa manfo sebe Ghana sebe omo a omo adwemo efom aka akoto abaya mamatima ko wini akonwan na se papa yin ka won ka ho asem kakra se won na first na ase da bia wo ko ho tokwa no ye nyina ye ni tua so nko parliament ya nipa na no de pa o sa LGBT plus price yin ho so when I say what me ko we stay nyama manfo agina so akoto abaya ma ho but man roya unma adeba ko Ghana man ye be ye so as ye wo chiri papa because ye panifo no binom ye panifo be titu ne ya sofo no binom say so unsa sofo no bi won na ne ya ma wo mo post so
nana but to for me DJ DS abanti no my phone number bebre almost 21 minutes into wadaroma
mami under 1 minute maybe
30 seconds because my friend into wadaroma we dey 1 minute im dey acho na we mi wadaroma
say asofo for pass e binom si ejina wo kan ho asem e o mo say mo amene mu edu no mo mu ya ketenkete eke kan sama ke say say aban we buy and all of a sudden just say adana yira o manum how much ma fa chiri akwhye ayi school curriculum and pray I started Asia. So into a man moment there, ye were cheap because say na so for I say I quite busy as well from Canada tea and almost no say so the almost can almost free me so one can free one you because I saw for Korea ni pay to about a fancy when the baby a fancy the baby nyame ba kono so watching mu mienu e tie nyina no e asense be o man de ye e wachiri o man de ye wachiri why our time aso me de besia why
exactly me that's the papa there e tumana eje mama me that's nyame onshira onzo
highlifeng.com
ebusiafo me da masepa we de mu fancha time ne de waso anyi ma fa DJ ni DJ DS ni time 23 minutes oh my god DJ we de facha mpa tiefu won ndo nkotinta enti manyanda muso onye ye DJ DS pochi we de facha ma for time ne pa we de facha na me kwai unfortunately pochi muntu mfa call be abi osisi a nyame boy be sanso hia bio ai enti mu fancha me de besia ya na me call there Rainbow Evans what is I say papa na dan papa banti kwaje woze ENG Andy man so oba no carpentry works obo send wave nso botuma ball na to my send iska the man make out there Ghana 69th Independence Day concert no so all about 7th March 2026 Manchester ahade ya saminim kache obia baby ntino bombos na hwehwe wo ticket no shoops.com na on board Tecton Security Unity Link na fraud alert na won so waka wa message medi bro medi hu lisi ya medi nase kase pam fama portals aroro na me fa stories na me share bibia ma share wo ahai bia oye myjoyonline.com hotdigitalonline.com city newsroom BBC Yahoo News and then all the portals special credit to every portal may use wade the man make also na boamena men come hu na men fa nasim fama the producer of the show Mr. Van Dyke station programs manager Openimafo Hana Minimulisi. Remember this drill and then let it be with you. Life does not give you what you want, but it gives you what you work hard for. You may want it all, but it might not be possible. And so since it is not possible to have it all in everything, let us know that we came into the world not for anything but for a respected name. On this note, my name remains Royal. Bibia Biano, it is for the betterment of all of us. It's a big one fan chairman. Until now, parting time is here with me, and I say bye to you.
Success music. Why not one garden?
John Mr. J.
This is for my ladies in the house. And man, I'm a hustle to see the dollar bill. Me pa mo chow, me my baby be me how. Umpeduma doesn't matter how you feel. Yeah, this is the strength of a woman. Ain't nobody better than the boss chick. All the ladies who they fight for the moolah. What they will want nobody for touch, cause she know the phone quick. Self-made. Ultimate challenge cause she be well paid. On per boy, she looking for helpmate. Cause she know they suffer from sulfate. And when you are hell late, she go pull up on you. What's up with friend and I want my work cause I wanna say with the edge of my yard. I'm a hang up on you. When you want bar, now what they want home. Now what I can I would die. They say I got love for you. Now say get the work I cried. That's still I was say what came out with there. She go right up die for you. Me say rather die for you, baby. Girl, you say me I got the love for you. My last one CD I go bet on you. Hey, you got my body type and I know just any girl can go the place where you can go. Girl are independent and you buy your own things and no man never rent you no can.
HotDigitalOnline.com.
Where you come, so fine. 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 So fine, where you come, so fine, where you come, so fine. You can never pull a strong woman down. She got it
DigitalOnline.com. DigitalOnline.com.
Online radio wherever you go. Download our Android app from the Google Play Store and our iOS app from the App Store. Enjoy the best music, news, and entertainment anytime, anywhere.
Welcome to Rehoboth Havens, making home ownership easy for Ghanaians living in a diaspora with a 2-bedroom home starting at just $55,000. Rehoboth has partnered with Ghanaian banks to make home ownership affordable and flexible for Ghanaians abroad. With a $5,000 deposit, a monthly net income of $1,500, and a good credit report, you can qualify for a mortgage on a 2-bedroom home. Located in the serene hills of Ayimensa Damfa with breathtaking views of the Peduasi Ebri Mountains, Rehoboth Havens is a secure gated community. Enjoy beautifully landscaped surroundings and the peace of mind every family deserves in a gated community. Also on offer is our newly built executive 3-bedroom sunbay with 4 washrooms for $100,000 and a 4-bedroom detached home with a spacious compound for $135,000. With only a 10% deposit, you can move into your dream home with the following monthly payments for a mortgage loan term of 11 years. 2-bedroom, $641. 3-bedroom executive, all en suite, sunbay, $1,153. 4-bedroom executive, all en suite, $1,280.45. For more information, call us on +233 55 375 19 33 or +233 20 682 3524 or +44 7917 376631 or email us at sales@rehobothsocialhousing.com. End your land litigation worries today by purchasing your own home, secure, affordable, and free from legal disputes.
Oh, it's gonna be Ghana inside Manchester, UK. Date Saturday, 7th March 2026. Time from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Early hours of 8th March. Venue Manchester Ukrainian Cultural Center, Nipro, Manchester, UK. You definitely need us time out. Oh my God, live performances from Almighty Samini. The unstoppable duo, Catch It. Stay J. Kwaku Darlington. Yes, crazy performance from Bobo Dada B. Incredible Ziggy, Obi Aponsa, and many more.
Tickets available online. www.shoops.com events.
It's a remembrance. 7th March is a day Ghanaians will happily meet again in Manchester, UK. What more can you ask for? As it is Ghana's 69th Independence Day concert. Powered by Sleeky Promotions and 1957 Empire. See ya. Bang.
What's the new easy? For Android phone and now iOS phone. Go Play Store and now Apple Store. Now downloaded a brand new Unity Link mobile app. Sikamania yamre. Sikamania yede. Baby awabia. Usikamania wansano. Ubetimia sending mobile money ediako MTN, Vodafone, Tigo Airtel. If you Unity Link mobile app so. What me to airtime? Make sure credit. Amba wonderful. Our app is so. Send this free app is so to bank account. Sempren prenwa. What me could use Sikano bank. What me send this call over 3,000 locations Wagana. I'm Nipa need to meet Jinasu Jiska. Ebet mom was send this careful debit card so and now credit card so download. Nasika money I there. Your exchange rate no so dear ejran and also Unity Link mobile app where dear partial.
Abusia encam TMA Momiama Afio Kenke Market, any Afio Mini Market. I want Dagnam. I call no my idea. Say South London for Mama Mwenye Nam Hon Sapemo. Fise Afio Kenke Market at the new branch. Air Brian or Erif. Shisha Afio Kenke Market. Erif branch no. Our 241 Besley Road. Erif DA8 3EX. Kai Afio Kenke Market, your services no. Emu be answer sign and 2 pekenke, banku, yahuo, wache, fried rice, jollof, and in Riane Ahudo bebre. What the oba bisa na on sabeka. A ban fish so a more assorted fried fish. Air day a bit say great tilapia. And ya nonko jack chicken, great chicken wings, and a trophy. Suya nina such a la. Yaman Kakrano, ebiwo. A ban favorite pastries so dear. Afio Kenke Market, a champion. Omuye pastries beat say meat pie, fish pie, sponge cake, buff fruit, donuts, and many more. A ban say oh yeah, wedding, oh yeah birthday, any party beyond. Freya, ye bow in a professional way. Opa baby a duja, me chira opa baby and ya my four, and your for any chire. Afio mini market, a Afro Caribbean grocery shop. I know so benwa. Kisha Afio Kenke Market. Our 436 Lodge Avenue, Dagenham, XX RM3 4 KOS. Afio mini market, and so 460 Lodge Avenue, Dagenham, XX RM9 4 KOS. Na Afio Kenke Market for Friday or South London, and also 241 Besley Road, Erif DA8 3EX. Over to me a friend with the following numbers